All right.
Good.
Hold on one sec.
Hanging in there.
Alrighty. So, where we last left off, y'all had finished making fun little plans to depart on the mission to Faircrest, and alongside your allies, hopefully breach Ethos' temple, slap Zyron to death, and avoid the world becoming a lot shittier forever. So, does anybody need anything recapped from last session, or do they have anything they need to go over before you guys deploy to Faircrest?
Oh God.
This is the point of no return, folks.
I need to do 10 hours of chocobo racing.
That's rough, buddy. That ended 2 weeks ago.
Oh no!
All the chocobos are dead. You didn't go on that mission.
No!
I need to go do the loyalty mission for everybody.
Okay.
Oh God, are we gonna suicide mission this? Is that what's happening?
I mean,
kinda
it's
was
kind
I don't know,
of
maybe.
is.
I will say that at some point during the week, everyone is going to get a knock on their door. And when they open the door, they will see Reeves there, and he'll give them a sort of awkward, almost stilted hello. And as they're like quizzically looking at him, wondering what the fuck is going on, the decoy malfunctions and like sort of like falls apart at the seams as a rolled up sort of piece of parchment kind of rolls out of its mouth and ends up at their feet.
You didn't put enough nails in this one.
Reese is just gonna stare at it and then just slowly close the door.
For those that read the parchment, it's an invitation to a circus performance at the at the Faircrest Royal Palace, dated a month from that day.
All right.
I'm
Well,
sure
we'll
Reese
just-
will get it some way because Tomas lives in Reese's room.
Tomas walking over to Reese like, you want to go to the circus in a month?
What?
He just holds out the parchment for Reese. So, like, apparently Reeves is having a circus in a month, and you thought I was planning too far ahead.
Well, let's hope we survive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never been to a circus. Well, my life was a circus. Does that count?
No.
You might have been to the circus. You've never been to the circus sober.
Tomas now walking out trying to remember if he's been to a circus or not.
They've all been to a circus.
Tomas walking out trying to remember if he's been to a circus or not.
One of their missions was at a circus.
Only half of you went on that.
Only half of us went on that.
Oh, only half of us went on that. Tomas, I think,
I was
went on
only-
that one though.
Tomas
I
didn't
was
go
only
on
there
that
because
one.
I was
It was.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Never mind. Reese has been to a circus. That was a long time ago. Okay, that was like our second mission.
Yeah, like our level 2 missions.
It's all good. Alright. Anything else people need to go over?
I think we already went over it. Everybody said, please no die, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think even the NPCs all gave varying degrees of, I have no real particular urge to stay dead.
If I die, I can't fix you, so please don't let me die.
I was like, shit, you're right. Okay.
Emmy does think on it way longer than it makes you comfortable.
Tomas like sweating.
Exclusively to bully you before she hugs you and says
I
yes.
love her. I love her.
Reese
Reese has rubbed off on her too much.
Yeah, he said that to her in the roleplay. Oh god. I was like, I'm too old for that, man. Too old.
Me could probably be
Alright,
going
then.
along around everyone's in the last few days, kind of like adjusting armor and doing any last minute little fixes on their stuff.
Did you
Mhm.
take the Abolita armor again for your free item?
I did not actually. I grabbed a bunch of
Okay.
different, like, both for free and paid for a bunch of little different trinkets.
Gotcha.
But no, I did not do the armor stuff around this time again. I almost took the feat that would let me do that faster and then changed my mind.
That reminds me that Reese is going to make sure to wear the clan dagger on his belt, where it's more visible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Watch Mika's eyes go all sparkly.
Reeves
Aw.
has his kind of strapped to his crossbow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Tomas would strap his to his quiver. This brand new fancy quiver.
Lana walks in and sees everyone. It's like, oh, is this what we're doing now? All right, 1 second. And she goes like digging through her bags and like being like, oh, where the? Oh God, I know it's in here somewhere. God, 1 second. She leaves.
Reese lights a cigarette.
Tomas just watches and waits.
And then
Everyone
like, 5
everyone,
minutes later.
yeah, everyone is just like awkwardly just looking around. It's just like, okay.
Like 10 minutes
Like,
later, Lana comes back and it's just like strapped around like her ankle.
So you didn't lose it.
No. Why would I lose
Uh-huh.
something? Why would I lose something so important and sentimental?
Mm-hmm.
It's very safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
did you learn insincerity?
I don't know. Did I?
I think Lana learned how to lie.
I think she did.
Wow, we're horrible people.
Mika doesn't care. She's just like, eh.
All right. And now with that important realization, it's time for you all to deploy. So, over the course of the week, for those that haven't heard all this from me already, Nara is going around picking up the troops that are going to be deploying with you. And the couple hours before the siege begins, is strategically dropping certain people off early, like Phelan to start the rainstorm, and some of the others to help get them into position before the actual fight kicks off. And eventually it whittles down to just you all and the contingent of Kirali and shield bearers and automata that will be deploying with you as Nara drops the tower off outside, drops you all off and then drops the tower off with the non-combatants far outside of the range of Faircrest to join you as soon as she is able to. So, as you all stand outside the gleaming white walls of Faircrest, rain pouring down so thick it almost appears like sheets. Barely able to see more than maybe 10, 15 feet in front of you. The last of you all begin getting into position as the mind link between you all. You hear the checks across all of the individual leaders that have been tasked with getting people into place slowly rattle off. In position. We are in position. We're all sat down here. And lastly, Argith with your group saying, we're all ready. It's too late to turn back now. Let's get this started then, shall we?
I cordially invited everyone to the circus after this, and I want no empty seats. All seats have been reserved.
I'll do what I can.
Let's just make the world sure the world survives for tomorrow, shall we?
Alrighty. So, let me update their token a little bit. Boop and boop. So, for the first time since you've met her, you guys see Argith begin to grow larger and shift as she steps forward away from the group. And let me send you a funny little picture of what Dragon Argith looks like.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah?
Is there supposed to be music?
Oh, it's about to kick on.
Okay. I was just checking.
Yep.
Argid looks cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like, man.
So,
Man, so rad.
clad in gleaming silvered steel plates, Argith looks almost like the embodiment of a dragon wearing plate mail as she steps forward and shifts down under her full weight before, just with a mighty push off the ground and the flap of wings that look impossibly heavy to carry her, shoots upwards into the sky out of sight. As all you can do is hear her roar out loud enough to be heard over the thundering above, as I find which of these fucking songs. You see movement atop the ramparts as archers get into place, realizing that there are forces at their door, and you hear in the distance the sounds of arrows raining down around you, not directed at you, but ricocheting off a target above. As you hear Argith roar out, "I am the shield of the mortal realms, clad in silvered steel, and you will know what it means to be my enemy." And it's hard to see from a distance, but with the crack of lightning, you can see her silhouette and the form of steam pouring off her body as her throat burns this radiant orange-white light. And as her visage disappears into the darkness for a moment, there's a crack of lightning not far from you guys, striking against the massive steel gate of the gates of Brescia, of Faircrest. Before you just hear over the mind link, "Stand clear." And moments later, this massive mass, you see it only for a split second, as following the arc of the lightning, this massive steel orb crashes into the gates, causing them to buckle wide, throwing open a 20-foot wide hole in the door, as there is a roar from the companions around you as the Kirali charge forth into the fray, taking advantage of the dazed forces in front of you. And the sounds of fighting kick off. It's time to begin the assault. So, as you hear the sounds of Argith continuing her bombardment from above, you all begin to push forward with the shield bearers, realizing there are attackers at the gates. Some of the archers begin directing blind fire in your direction. Let me roll some quick to hits for you as you guys make the charge into the gates. Okie dokie. For the purposes of tracking certain things during this part, I'm going to throw you guys into initiative real quick.
Yeah.
Can I have all of you roll me initiative as you guys are charging through the city?
Eh.
Yes, for old time's sake, Reese is last.
I'm so proud of you, buddy. Alrighty, let's see what their modifiers were. Okay. So we'll call it that. And we'll call it...
The song has a very Falcom-y beat to it. Is it from the same series as the Demon Host one?
This is from One Step from Eden.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounded catchy when I heard it.
It's a cute game.
It's a Mega Man Battle Network before adults.
Basically.
Ah, I see. All right. So most of you are able to advance under the cover without much issues. Mika, an arrow catches you in a gap in your armor, and Reese, one of the arrows catches you in the thigh. As each of you take. Where's that?
Hi, that's an awful place.
Yeah, it's not great. Boop. And boop. As you guys start heading into the city. So, we're going to handle this part loosely, because guess what you guys don't need to be bothered with? 400
Bothered.
individual contacts as you're charging through Silver Order and Angels. So, as you guys make the first clash with the Kirali leading up the front, and you all headed up in the middle of it, covered by the Automata behind you, there's a couple ranks thick of Silver Order and Angels at this point. The Kirali aren't having much of an issue here, but you are being slowed down, obviously, by bodies in front of you. So if you want to accelerate things, I need everybody to make me attack rolls or spells of some kind. Any kind of offensive ability you want. It will use resources if it is a resource-limited ability, though, so...
I would like to cast Weird.
Alright. What's that? Say a will DC?
Let's check. Oh my gosh, it won't let me cast it from my bar. 1 second.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we had the shield bearers with us.
You do.
Okay, so we have a contingent of
It is a will
Kirali.
save.
You have a contingent of guards sticking directly with you. The Kirali are more of just like a hammer smashing the front line and keeping them busy. And then you have a
Gotcha.
small, like, personal guard keeping with you guys. All of you are currently glamored to look like normal soldiers, by the way.
Oh, good.
So you all look like shield bearers. All right. That's a save they have to make. All right.
Yeah, it is. And it's
Let's-
any number of people within 120 feet.
Yep. All right. Let's do this in batches.
That's a batch?
I'm trying to see. I was trying to see like how many out of like a group of say like 100, how many chunks of them get got. All right, and if they're that, they need at least 15. Okay, so about 30% of them only fail.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to make a fort save.
Yes.
Or is that the same DC for fortitude?
It is.
Let me check the shield with these guys again real quick. Silver Order. Which of your stats was the best one? Haha. Ooh. Okay. So you guys watch as roughly half the people in front of you just drop dead.
Cool. Let's see if the damage gets the rest of them.
So,
Probably
about
not.
half of them drop dead. Another another quarter are fleeing, and the remaining quarter are wounded. Not super heavily, but it's not great to start out a fight with a quarter of your health missing as werewolves are descending upon you and 3/4 of your reinforcements are effectively nullified. So, I'm not gonna make the rest of you roll anything for that.
Crowd control.
Bless your heart for it. So, you guys make quick work of punching through the front gate as you guys see Reese walk through and goes, I'm really just not feeling it right now. Cease. And after that, Reese can jog back up to keep pace with the rest of you as you all make your way inside of the city.
They shouldn't have shot him.
That's fair. So, as you guys make your way inside, you and the Kirali are still pushing through strong together. Forces are starting to condense on you as arrows rain upon you guys from behind, but the automata are providing you a little bit of cover from that. So let me make another batch of shots with a penalty to it, because you guys are treated as being in cover. Alright. Tomas and Wolf, what are your ACs? Okay. So each of you guys are going to take 3, 12, 17. Alright, Wolf, you're going to take 42 damage. Tomas, you take 37 as an arrow catches you just in like the middle of your back, Wolf, and Tomas, one digs into your off arm. But you guys are still going strong at the moment. So pushing through, Riverside starts to become a bit of a mosh pit. You guys are pushing through the main forces that are starting to block up the streets. Roll me perception checks as you're heading through, as you're starting to get outside the range of the archers.
Oh wait, a critical failure and two critical.
Hell yeah!
There's two
All
more.
right.
Yeah.
Ika's too busy digging for something in the bag.
Tomas, as you guys are heading through, who else would have caught it? Lana, Reese, and Tomas. As you guys are heading through, you guys catch a couple of quick movements out of the side of your vision. By the time you go to check, you don't see anybody there, but you feel like there are people moving around you. Tomas, you deadass catch one of them staring at you before slipping into the shadows when they realize you see them turn. There are definitely skirmishers within the alleyways waiting to get a good angle on you guys. What's up?
When I see them, do I have enough time to do the free action hunt target?
Yes.
Can I then shoot a phase arrow at them?
Yeah, fuck them up for me, fam. Alright, can you show me the, can you drop phase arrow for me?
I've literally never gotten to use it before.
Fucking Lamau. Alright, roll me damage. Cool. Oh, that's a +4 if they have any armor on. Yeah, no, roll me a crit, sorry.
Oh, okay.
You guys hear a thunder crack as part of a building is blown out as Tomas looses an arrow through a wall. You guys think Tomas is just shooting at a wall as the arrow just disappears. And there's just a flash of light and an explosion from an alleyway behind it.
Tomas?
Was that necessary?
Yes.
Tomas, you
Why?
no longer feel like you're hunting a target.
Because they're now dead.
Who?
The person that was following us and watching us. And then a message to the rest of them that are watching us.
Aren't we supposed, like, that was really cool, but aren't we supposed to be keeping it kind of low-key here while we're trying to...
Tomas is gonna point at Reese, what Reese just did.
I just killed like 100 people. I don't know why you're saying that now.
I mean, I didn't exactly. Okay, fair enough. Well done, Tomas. Thank you.
Tomas is gonna knock another arrow.
If we're gonna go
See.
loud.
Let's see. Reeves looks around at the remaining remaining automata, and it's just like, which half do we get? All right, is number 47 still available?
This unit is available.
Excellent. Stick by me. I might need you real soon.
Affirmative. All right.
Someone say weapons free.
Hey, weapons free was always an option. It was mainly don't get bogged down anywhere, because if they realize where you are and can keep eyes on you long enough, they can act as spotters for bigger problems outside of your vision.
Can I ride moving?
You wouldn't. It would take enough of your sword, so you'd have to keep it in like the longsword mode, so it would be a 1d8 weapon. But you could. That would be very obvious who you guys are.
Yeah. After I asked the
Riding
question,
the
like,
antimatter
yeah,
wolf.
maybe not.
Yeah, so Mika's just getting out a generic gun because I'm pretty positive they have.
Oh yeah, no, a bunch of a bunch of the Silver Order have those guns.
Yeah, so because like yanks hers out and is like holstering the hammer for a second to equip the breath blaster. So I can figure out how to let me do it. There we go.
Alrighty, checking some things now. Tomas's passive perception is stupid as fuck.
Oh, what?
You have so many circumstance bonuses to perception.
Yes!
Yeah, considering how paranoid Tomas is, yeah, that tracks.
Fun
Yeah.
fact: under certain circumstances, Tomas has a plus 40 to perception.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so as you guys are heading through the city, let me check all of your perceptions real quick to see which of you catch this. Who's the lowest?
It's me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm the problem.
What's
It's
this?
me.
That's 29 is the lowest. And they would have a plus. All right. And against most of you guys, I think most of you don't see most of this. Okay. So, as you guys are moving forward, you spot a couple people preparing to strike at you guys from around the alley. What would you like to do? Tomas, as you see the others turning their attention towards a small group up ahead, you realize there are several other groups, about 3 of them in fact, tucked out of sight waiting for you guys to pounce.
These are enemy people?
Yeah, they're enemy squads.
Can I clock where at least one of them is and try to impossible volley them?
Yes.
I'm gonna post that in chat for you.
Thank you. Yes, you'd be able to hit at least one of the groups like that. They're packed pretty tight in an alleyway, so it's just be fish in a barrel.
Okay.
Alright, so as Tomas knocks like a fistful of arrows, what would the rest of you guys like to do?
We could probably aim at where the direction Tomas is aiming. He's like, all right, time to maybe use this thing and carry to fire alongside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we're not worried about keeping ourselves discreet anymore, Lana will just kind of clasp her hands together and.
I think we still are.
Well,
Normal. I mean, we've gotten through
Be
it.
quick and efficient.
he's building up too late, and Lana's gonna keep last the front group.
All right. All right. What's the is Key Blast a check you make or a check I make?
Reflex saves, all fortitude saves all across the board.
Gotcha. That's probably a crit fail.
Right.
Roll me that damage.
Okay.
You guys just see, this is force damage.
It's force damage, yes, sir.
You guys see Lana charge up her key for a moment and just unleash it in a burst, and just the building around them shatter, and the Silver Order knights you saw preparing to ambush you just slapped against the wall, and their armor is crushed, and they're just turned into paste inside of it.
Goodness.
So, at this, now that it's a max level key blast, Lana, like, needs to use, like, divine magic to, like, anchor herself down so that she doesn't get shotgunned backwards from the force of it.
Hell yeah. And that 48, that's plenty good enough. Roll me crit again, Tomas. You guys are dealing with jobbers at the moment.
Nice.
Yep. Mika, you see, you click the ignition to get it ready, and you just see a single guy stumble out before he just drops, and you see like an arrow just came in through the top of his head and out the bottom of his jaw. And there's no more movement from that alley either.
Alright then.
As you guys are getting ready to move, though, the other two that you guys didn't see that you hadn't dealt with do converge upon you. So that's going to be... well, at least Reeves, I'm pretty sure rogues are immune to being sneak attacked.
Correct.
Alright.
That's a lot of dice you're rolling.
Yeah, 2 groups happened. Alright. So that's 1, 2, 3. Lana or Tomas, do you got anything to prevent sneak attacks?
I don't.
Can I
think
do the stack the deck?
Oh, it's not sneak attack against you. That's right, Tomas. You were aware they were there.
Oh yeah.
Can I... If they're striking us within range, can I use my reaction to reduce the damage?
Yep, you can block either Lana or Reeves, or Tomas.
Block Tomas, I'll be fine.
Well, Reeves is thinking. Well, Tomas already knows that. Tomas already knows that they're there, so he's probably not gonna get.
Yeah, you won't have time to react before they stab you, Lana.
Yeah.
fair
So.
enough, fair enough. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
So Reeves making that calculation is gonna block for Lana.
Alright, and that's your level +2 or +3?
+2.
Okay.
So 22 damage.
Yep, so that drops the damage on Lana to 25.
Ooh, fun.
Wait,
Am I able to stack the deck on them, Matt?
What's stack the deck?
That's the special Xyces thing you gave me.
Oh, right. Yep, hold on.
I was gonna say, am I able to Martyr's Crown this, or do I even still have that?
You can Martyr's Crown this, but you have to be aware of it to Martyr's Crown it, which you are not, unfortunately.
Alright.
But do keep that in mind, that is an option later on. They re-rolled it, it is still a hit, unfortunately, Tomas.
Okay.
Alright. Without sneak attack, that's going to be... not terrible. Pop. And you guys see about, like, 10 lightly armored Silver Order guys descending upon you, trying to stab you with daggers.
So I think Mika have had enough time to react and grab her shield.
Yep, you would have been able to, they go to stab for you, and you twist and quickly shift to grab your shield and block one of them. Alright, what do you guys want to do for your counterattack?
Mika would like to
Can I
boulder
do
roll
another?
one of them into a wall.
That you can. Roll me an athletics check, I believe.
Something like that.
Yep, that's enough to shove them 5 feet into the wall, and you can follow them if you want. And you still do have a hand on the breath blaster if you want to pin them to wall with that and fire.
That'd be fun.
Hell yeah, roll me it to hit.
Oh no.
Oh. Apparently I need to have ammo for this thing, so...
We're 60 seconds into this gate and we're committing war crimes.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
I need to
hold
find ammo.
The ends
apparently.
justify the means.
I went from blowing up toilets to blowing up buildings. It's fine.
Great.
What's a generic gun ammo I can throw into this real quick so I can, because I forgot to buy
Yeah, hold
anything?
on, I'm trying to grab it. Is it just bullet?
I'm looking.
Oh, God, what the fuck are they called?
There are bullets, but I'm not sure it's the right stuff. Sorry, I'm a moron. I forgot this thing needed.
No, it's good. My brain is blanking on it too.
Musket
The
rounds?
fuck? Is it rounds?
There's
it might
rounds.
be rounds.
There's rounds, yeah.
There we go. Yep. Here we go. Hold on.
Okay, I see it, yeah.
Can you add those?
Yeah, I can. Alright,
There
let's
you
try
go.
that again.
Oh yeah, that's a crit.
Doesn't have any runes or anything on it, it's just a gun.
Nope. But you guys just see Mika, like, as one of them goes to stab Mika, she's just like not feeling it that day and just smashes them into the wall, and you guys hear as a bunch of knuckle-sized pellets just rip the man in half. All right. Who else wants to go?
After blocking for Lana, Reeves is just gonna use the chains to pull himself forward and try to basically bury the new improved skeleton key into the guy's throat.
Yep. Roll me to hit.
Let's see.
Yeah, roll me that crit real quick.
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
Yep. So you guys see Reeves dive forward with skeleton key, and you're not used to it yet, so you dig into it and just slip right through. Your momentum keeps going, you just slash through another man's spine on the way down. Alright. Anybody else?
Tomas will reach for another fistful of arrows. And can he volley again?
He can. You are in close quarters at this point.
Or is it?
Do you select people within the volley? Because if so, that's fucking stupid and I love it. All foes.
Each enemy. Yeah.
That's stupid and I love it. You guys see Tomas grab, like, just knock arrow after arrow and launch them straight upwards, and you're like, well, I guess Tomas just kills us now. Roll me a hit.
Shit!
Yeah.
Ow.
I'm
It
gonna.
it is just a failure. It's just like 1 degree less of success, though.
I
Yeah.
also. This is supposed to be my reroll, but I'm assuming I can't get worse than that.
You can't now, so.
Yeah. Because this is my disadvantage.
So you fire the shots, and they just kind of dig into the area around you. You're not used to dropping it on to yourself.
Yeah.
So it just glancing hits. It only dropped it to a failure instead of a crit. Failure.
Yeah. Tomas just scowls.
Alright. Anybody else?
Wolf is just kind of playing bulldozer at the moment.
Alright. You can give me an athletics check if you want to help you guys break through. Hell yeah. So Wolf
Damn.
charges forward and catches one guy in each arm and just throws them off 10 feet to the side, and gives you guys a gap in the assailants as you guys are able to push forward as their numbers are thinned enough, and the shield bearers help push off the last of them, and you guys slip away into the heavy night before they can recover.
That's me. The bulldozer.
All right.
Oh god,
So-
we're at the bridge.
So as you guys were expecting, at the bridge, they have definitely fortified things there with a couple of makeshift barricades of sorts, like small little shield walls set up with spears lining the distance to make it annoying to charge them, while you're being peppered with arrows from the far side of the river. What would you all like to do? The Kirali at this point are mostly stuck up in the riverside, making sure that you're not getting chased down from behind at this point. So it's mostly you guys and the shield bearers and the automata at this point.
47.
Yes.
Reeves digs into his back and pulls out a big honking landmine. And just sort of affixes it to the automata's chassis. You will be remembered as a hero.
It is my honor to serve. All right. Let's call this a crafting check.
He's like, I don't know how to feel about this.
Oh no. No.
Rest in peace, 47.
Yeah, Lana just kind of looks at us like, what's he gonna go do?
You just see Reeves lick the back of an adhesive sheet and slap it to the back of the mine and just slap it to the front of the robot and says, "Go get him, buddy." And you see 47 drop the shield in front of himself, and you see the servos spark and grind into overdrive as it starts sprinting forward into the enemies. And you guys see a couple of the arrows ricocheting off them, and one of the lances goes through its knees before it bumbles forward about like 10 feet away from the defenses and just smashes its fist into the landmine. And you just see a hole ripped through the defenses as the explosion throws people off the bridge in either direction and carves like a big 5-foot chunk out of the center of the bridge.
Forward!
Oh.
Tomas just gives us a salute.
He did good.
There are still 2 walls on the barricade, but you're making progress.
Okay, so these barricade walls, are they like what are they like made out of? Are they
Tower shields.
Okay. So could Lana realistically kind of like monk speed up to one of them and like kind of like void steel like swipe her hand across the base to hopefully topple it? Does that make sense? Like basically just try to assault one of them kind of by hand.
Yep. I would just need a. You will take attacks as you're making towards it because they do have like a phalanx like spear wall up.
Bring it on.
All right. As you guys are moving forward, though, you are going to take a couple extra hits. The only one you need to check is Reese. Reese
Actually,
just barely avoids that.
could I try to make it like a tumble through check to see how efficient Lana is getting to one of the towers?
I will let you make that check. It might avoid 1 or 2 hits. You will still take a few no matter what.
Bring it on.
All right. Hold on. As you guys are moving up, Tomas and Mika, you're going to take 31 and 43 damage respectively.
Patching later.
All right. Lana, as you're riding up, there's about 6 spears in the way, and you manage to sidestep about 3 of them by just slide weaving through a couple of them, and you manage to do like one of those like backflips where you catch yourself and replant your feet on the other side to avoid the third, and then you see the last 3 converge on you, and you have nowhere to go.
Hey Matt, I have a question.
What's up?
Are you rolling? If you're rolling stuff, it can wait a second.
Yeah, what's up?
Does Gravity Well have to be cast on something, like on ground, or can I cast it like, oh, I don't know, slightly to the right of the bridge?
Drop it off. Drop the thing for me.
Like above the water?
Uh,
I don't think it has to be on like solid ground.
it does not.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. How wide is that? 30
foot burst.
per- So I'd say like, yeah, 5 feet off the bridge.
All right. So, as you
next
see
to
some
one
of the
of those
spears
walls.
converging on you, Lana, you hear Reese chant something in Draconic, and suddenly half the people on the bridge are shunted far to the right as they're sent nearly toppling over the side. Let me make reflex saves. Alright. The entire back half is ripped off the bridge. And what about the people attacking? That saved you from one of the spear attacks that was gonna hit. Only one of them lands on you now.
Nice. Also, this should probably be a question for later, but how do we do Lana's fast healing in this weird world?
Right, what's your fast healing number?
20.
Right. You're basically gonna be full health. So you'll be fine. Don't worry about applying damage. Where the fuck did you go? Okay.
Let me double check the number on that just to be 100%, but I'm pretty sure it's 20. Yep, it's 20.
All right. So, as you guys drop that, you start charging and making your way over the bridge. Now that it has been cleared out, just Milana, you sweep away some of the few shields that remain standing with the backhand of your gauntlets, and are easily able to push through what little defenses remain on the bridge.
Fun detail, since we can throw those in. Lana now bleeds like a bright blue.
Weird.
What?
Yep. You just see it evaporate off her body as the wounds almost seem to instantly heal.
Well, alright then.
Wolverine.
All right.
Hello.
Where's the
Yeah.
little man? So,
Also, in the meantime. Oh, go ahead.
all right. What's Tomas gonna do?
Oh, I was just gonna say Tomas is gonna tell Reese he's hot. As he stares at the people go off the bridge.
I know.
Now, do you mean hot as in like dragon breath hot or like attractive hot?
Like, I would
Oh.
love if later he bent me over hot.
Gentlemen!
Moving on!
That is
So-
in character.
Reese is gonna blow a kiss at Tomas.
Tomas will just wink back.
So, as you guys are charging your way across, you see a couple of a small defensive barrier set up on the far side, mostly just made of wall of soldiers sitting there with shields and weapons ready for you, and you see a figure standing behind them.
Uh-oh.
Can I hunt target them?
Oh, you're more than welcome to.
Thanks. I don't know who it is, but I'm gonna do it.
That's Valore, baby.
Valore!
Reese kind of stops.
As he sees your group approaching, you see his put his hand up, and slowly you see the words of power on his body beginning to light up. As he just looks over in your direction, and you see his eyes glowing with magical energy.
Oh boy.
Valore wasn't the one with the bark wand thing. That was a different one.
No, that was Theodorus, who was
Okay.
confirmed killed a little while back.
Okay. I don't think
They
I'm-
killed him because he was a fuckboy and didn't do his goddamn job.
I mean, he was bored.
Can I make a quick check to see if I can figure out what he's doing?
Sure.
Is it occultism?
Cultism or Arcane.
50.
You've seen this before with some of the caster gods. He is casting a spell. Unfortunately, you can't identify it because he's just using the words of power inscribed in his flesh instead of using the way mortals have to cast magic. Apologies, but you're far too dangerous to be allowed free reign to do as you wish anymore. I appreciate the effort.
I mean, you
And he snaps his fingers.
What a shame. Would have loved to have a conversation after all this.
Reese, you go to open your mouth, and there's nobody there. Reese, the air smells of sweet wines.
Oh no.
And the air around you is crisp and fresh. As you look around and see these saturated leaves of gold and brown and orange dancing around you as you stand in this infinite expanse of
The
autumn.
maze spell.
So, we're gonna play a fun little game, and to make sure things are interesting,
It's just me, isn't it? He just
No.
hit me. Oh.
all of you are gone. You think you can just run to the exit? There's like 20 gods looking for you.
No.
Don't suppose Skeptic's Defense helped me out any with this one?
If you really want, you can make a will saving throw.
For shits and giggles, why
You know,
not?
I think I'll spare myself that. I'm pretty sure God magic is just auto fail.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You're welcome to
regardless.
try. I appreciate the effort though, Mika.
Fuck it.
I'll do it for fun.
Yeah.
Sure.
For shits and
I'll
giggles.
also
Legendary
do
in
it
it.
for fun.
I rolled a natural 20.
Yay!
Does it count
Alright,
as being
we'll deal with that in
controlled?
a second.
Oh, no.
Reese, everybody except you is now gone. You
Oh.
are now standing surrounded by Silver Ordered and Valori, who's staring at you with a raised eyebrow.
Oops.
Oh no! Reese just says that. Rolls up his sleeves.
God damn it.
Oh, God
That's
bless.
That's actually the
moment when being
funniest
in the-
thing ever.
And being in the maze might be the right choice.
It's the meme. I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm a genius. Wait.
Alright, so we're gonna do a funny little adventure where we're gonna move all y'all over here.
Oh no!
And we'll get back to you in a minute. Everybody re-roll the initiative, see the order we process all this in.
Oh dear.
I'm going to die.
Oh. I guess Lana really wanted to go.
Mika's sitting here really hard thinking this isn't real, this isn't real, this isn't real, and going dead last because... Fuck.
I need rolls from Wolf and Reese.
Oh, do I also need to?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the turn order where that we're gonna resolve all these funny
No,
little
I
adventures.
feel
in.
like a noob because I don't have my picture now. So how do I roll for initiative?
If you go to the crossed swords, you can roll initiative there. Perfect. All right, Lana.
Yes.
So you see Valore. What do you do
Uh,
as he gets ready to cast a spell at you?
well, I wonder. Lana is going to run forward and try to swing at him.
So Lana, Reese, the last thing you see from Lana is her go to charge past you, and as she takes a step and you see her knees buckle for a second for her to go leap, she's gone. Lana, you go to kick your feet out, and there's nothing. There's just air underneath you.
Oh.
As it almost seemed like your vision faded away into blackness for a second until there's a crackle of thunder and water hits your flesh. And as you start dropping, you realize that you're at some point in the air, likely above the city as thunder rains down around you.
Oh.
Oh, fun.
Oh.
Well, I guess Lana's just gonna fall then.
So Lana, as you process that, you're like, okay, this is fine. I can land on my feet. I got this. I'll just reinforce my body with ki, and I can stick the landing. This is fine.
Yeah.
And there's a crackle of light for a second. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. One moment while I roll that perception. Where'd we roll? Okay. I'll just go to my character sheet. 1 second. Bam, 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 perceptione. Oh, wow. Okay.
There's a crackle of lightning through the air, like as it arcs between the clouds. And you see dozens of figures suspended in the air around you, faintly illuminated by their halos, just scanning the horizon. And as they clock you, you see arrows of light form in their hands as they all start knocking them.
Okay.
And suddenly, those from the ground can just see the sky kind of light up a bit as they just start peppering the sky with arrows, trying to hit Lana on the way down.
And she... How much DI does Lana have while falling?
What?
How much
Directional input.
directional input? How much can she move while falling?
That would be an acrobatics check.
Okay, because seeing the angels, like, shooting at her, she's gonna, like, try to twist her body and, like, send her towards one of the angels so she can just, like, basically have a sky battle on the way down to try to...
This flying
To try to-
squirrel.
To try to disrupt the volley coming at her, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh no.
So, you
Hero
start
point.
twist. You're welcome to try it. All right. So, you manage to twist and avoid some of the shots, and you see the nearest one to you and shift your weight, and eventually swing over through the air and catch them, like holding their arms up and keeping them from firing shots, and kind of just getting stuck in a twist with them, hoping it'll stop them from firing at you. That plan goes well for about 5 seconds until you see the front of the angel you're attached to just get ripped up by arrows and their body disintegrates into light.
Oh, Lana just kind of like, her eyes go a little bit, she's like, all right, okay, that's bad!
And as you're trying to regain your composure and figure out where to go from there, you feel an arrow rip into your leg and one into your shoulder. As you're getting ready to figure out what the fuck you're supposed to do from here, because you have no idea how long it is until you hit the ground. And then based on that perception check you made before, Lana, you see a glow of orange-red light as it sounds like a cannon goes off about maybe 50 feet from you, as the flash, like the muzzle flash from something illuminates Argith's face as she just tears through one of them with a point-blank cannonball before seeing where you are from that flash and shifting her direction over to you and just going into a dive with you to protect you with her armored body.
Aw.
And says, "Apologies for the delay.
No,
I
no,
thought
no,
this might happen."
no, you're timely, you're cool, thank you!
All right. So, you hear the sounds of arrows ricocheting off Argus' form as she free falls with you for a couple of seconds, maybe almost half a minute, before you finally hit the ground with her, arcing over you. And you take a minute to catch your breath as the pair of you look around and try to get your bearings for a moment. And it dawns on you as you see light after light on the ramparts as Silver Order knock their arrows, and the blades of light forming in the hands of the angels opposite you as you realize you are surrounded.
Oh, fun. Okay.
And as you get ready to figure out your next steps from there, stepping forward to the front of the group on the ramparts, you see a man dressed in brilliant silver armor, the burning halo behind his head, carrying a massive banner looking down at you. Alright, so we'll get back to you in a second.
Sounds great, thank you.
So,
Oh, man.
Tomas.
Rematch
Yeah.
time.
Tomas.
Yeah.
So, what would you do when you saw Valore?
He would have started an Eldritch shot.
So, you charge up that magical energy, and just as you're about to loose it, they snap their fingers, and you let the shot rip. and you just see it tear through a tree.
Kapok's gonna kill me, fuck.
Roll me a perception check.
Matt,
Because
does
it is
matter
fucking dark
that
where you
I was
are.
gonna do a produce flame one on that. And
Yep.
it shot a tree.
Uh-oh.
You might be surprised.
Okay. You said perception?
Yep. Alright. So you see the shot rip through the tree. It looks like just the force of it impacting it and embedding through. It doesn't like explode the tree. The arrow digs entirely through it, but it seems like it getting caught in that suction sucked the flame out. But that brief moment of light coming off the arrow as it made impact illuminated the darkness surrounding the forest that you're in, and you realize thousands upon thousands of eyes are watching you from all directions.
Jesus Christ. Can I still sense my hunt prey on Valore?
How does hunt prey work between planes?
I don't know. I was trying to read it to figure out.
Let's say, for the sake of argument, you do not currently.
Okay. But Tomas knows if he was on the same plane, he would probably feel it.
Correct.
And he's gonna swear really fucking loudly. Does he have Maya?
Yes, and Maya has her fucking hackles up as she's looking around and looks towards you.
Okay. And there's a bunch of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Tomas is gonna raise his bow and start shooting like a motherfucker.
As you go to raise your bow, Maya moves forward towards you, and as you're going to reach to grab an arrow, she kind of just grabs your hand in her mouth and starts trying to pull you.
He'll follow. She knows better. She's smarter.
Yep. So you get the looming sense that the eyes are converging on you, though you never hear movements or physically see any of them approach, but it seems like every time you turn your eyes and look back, they're just a little bit closer to you, as impossible as that seems. And as you feel like some of them are getting just close enough that you can feel their breath on the back of your neck, you take a step forward and emerge through the foliage. It's odd. It seems like you had been walking through a forest, but suddenly you're just standing in the middle of a garden. You had emerged through two bushes, just barely large enough to fit your form. And you can hear the sounds of fighting. Let me move Tomas. There's the sounds of fighting, slashing, beasts snarling their teeth and ripping flesh. And you hear the familiar sounds of Torsat laughing, and then the hiss of ice as you just see an entire building in the distance freeze over.
Matt, you know how you asked me before if Tomas ever thought about riding Maya?
Yeah?
Tomas is gonna make Maya really big
Yep.
and climb on her back real quick. She moves faster than he does.
Yep. And you hop up on Maya's back and have her start heading out of there. As you do, you realize that this area is fucking swarming with Silver Order. Have Maya roll me a reflex saving throw. I can drop her on the board if you don't have that. Perfect.
I love her.
So, as you're moving through the streets, they seem to be caught a bit off guard by you, and by the time they're turning to swing at you, Maya's already using her size to just hop up and kick off a second-story window onto one of the roofs. As archers realize she's there and start firing arrows, she's dipping down into an alleyway, and you're hanging close just to barely avoid being clotheslined by a clothesline. And you manage to zip through the streets until eventually you catch sight of Zara and Keyrol ripping through several dozen Silver Order each, trying to push their way south through the heavy fortified defenses. It looks like they've moved to the side streets to get past the fortified steel and stone buildings that are a little harder to tear apart with your teeth.
Mhm.
Let's see. One of them, you see Kiral's ears twitch up at the sound of somebody approaching, and as they turn to you with a snarl, you quickly see their expression drop into more of a surprised one, and they're like, Hunter, what are you doing here?
Magic god. Did a whole finger snap bullshit.
It seems Nara was right to set up those connections then.
Can he sense his hunt prey mark now?
Yes, they are very much to the south of you.
Tomas would relay, like, I marked him before it got snapped away, though. He's straight south.
Alright, we're already trying to push through these side streets now. How directly south is it?
He would know that, right?
Yep, you'd tell him, like, a directional number.
Yeah.
And he nods at that. And roll me a perception check as you're turning and talking with him. So, as you're conversing with them, it looks like they've torn through maybe like 100 silver order in the nearby alleyways as they keep piling in and being fended off. It catches your eye that when you arrived, the armor was beginning to disintegrate off them, and suddenly you realize that that is no longer happening. It's suspended in this weird state of being half animated. There's just like chunks of armor still hanging on to their flesh, even though they should be dead at this point. And with that high of a roll, you catch the twitch of some of their limbs as like you see this sickly pale green glow fill their hands where it would normally be a golden one as they slowly start to pick themselves back up.
Corpse fucker. He's just gonna whisper it under his breath.
Why whisper it? Say it over the mind link so Nara can get her revenge.
I mean, he'd whisper it, then he'd say like, no, I think I found corpse fucker.
Damn it, I'm still a few minutes out, but I'll head in your direction as soon as I can. And as you hear that, you see Zara and Kiral turn their attention towards that and try to take down some of the ones getting back up before Zara calls out, "We need to break through now." And just kind of wading through the corpses as if it wasn't a problem in the world, you see an older gentleman somehow in the middle of your group, despite the fact that you are surrounded by Kiral in all directions, go, "Oh, you can try whatever you want, but it's all a waste of time at this point."
Wonder which will break first.
God, you smell as shitty as a corpse too. Fucking Christ, he should pinch his nose.
How very clever. I'm sure that will help you get out of here. As you see more and more corpses beginning to pile in from the outside streets and begin pushing the Kirali into a central condensed space. And we'll get back to you in a minute.
Cool.
Alright. Wolf, my friend. So, what were you doing when you saw Valore?
It's a good question. Before I was taken away, obviously, right? No?
Yep, before you were teleported away, what are you going to do when you see Valore starting to cast a spell?
Wolf would probably react with, like, a hatchet or moonfang.
Yep. So, you go and you retrieve and you whip a hatchet, and Reese, the last thing you see from Wolf is a hatchet kind of whip past Valore as it gets like within an inch of his face before just teleporting through his head to the other side and just completely unharming him. And Wolf, as you reel and go reach for Moonfang to go strike at him with that, you feel the ground underneath your feet give out, and you just drop 15 feet into water. The taste of salt and brine fills your mouth as you struggle to pull yourself back to the surface, and coughing, you look around, and you see clear, empty skies in all directions, and not a single sight of land. And just as you start getting a sensation that this place seems familiar to you, the water around you begins to get turbulent. And it gets harder to stay afloat as the water around you seems to fill up with bubbles more and more and more until eventually you feel your body weight unable to be held up by the strength of your arms and you drop into free fall. And much like Lana, you realize that you are dropping through the atmosphere of the storm overhead Faircrest. Unfortunately, unlike Lana, I don't think Wolf has catfall. So falling from several thousand feet isn't good for his health.
Do you have a solution in mind for him, or is this...
I have something in mind, but if you have something, you're welcome to try it.
Wolf would probably try to pull from that divinity power, but...
So, you start trying to reach down into that divinity, but it takes a second for you to start feeling at it, and your concentration is suddenly broken by the sound of a familiar voice shouting, "Man overboard!" And your attention is snapped back to reality as a wet rope slaps you in the face. As somebody tosses a lifeline to you. Still falling through the atmosphere, by the way.
Wolf grabs it.
So, as you pull your strength on it, you feel something tug back, and realizing it's taut, you're slowly pulled through the air, closer and closer, until you see that you are being pulled towards the horizon. Not the concept, the ship. As Hastings and his crew are just going about their business as the ship drops 90 degrees completely downwards towards the ocean through the atmosphere.
That's cool.
What the fuck?
Why is he so hot?
I love the horizon.
Can we see this happening?
Not yet, you can't.
Oh.
It's Pirates of the Caribbean as fuck.
Me as a player, I want Reese to see that.
So, as he pulls you towards you, he reaches out and grabs you by the arm and pulls you towards him, and as you do, your feet snap to the ship, and you feel a little dizzy, but you feel fine. You feel like you're unbothered by the fact that you are now falling, attached to the ship, and you can walk around freely on it. He goes, "We have to stop eating like this, lad."
Could not
But-
have said that better myself.
While you're here, why don't you mind giving us a little bit of a helping hand? We've got plenty of presents to deliver. And you see his crew going about. They've scattered a bunch of these large barrels across the top of the ship, fitted with these strange devices on the top of them that the crew is cranking a couple of times each before just yeeting the barrel overboard. Why don't you take a few of them? I recommend at least 3 turns before you toss them overboard.
Wolf follows that advice strictly and does his thing.
All right. Roll me a perception check as you're working with it.
New question number 2.
Yep.
How do I do perception if I don't see my picture?
Oh, right. I need to turn your token back on. You're going to be out in the bay with your boy. You are here.
What happened to the cool quick rolls? Is that just gone?
That only happens when you have your token selected, so you should be able to now.
Is it perception, correct?
Yep. I'd say that's enough for this. So it's hard to smell through the atmosphere, but and through the heavy rain. But as you're winding one of them, you crank one of them a little bit too much with your arm and have to shift the lid back in place. And as you bang it down, you get a whiff of what's inside. And oh boy, is that gunpowder!
Yeah.
So you work with him and his crew as they are in free fall for a little bit, just yeeting these canisters of black powder over. You're not entirely sure what the city. The bay, hopefully. But as you're getting through towards the last of them, you hear somebody crawl out from the crow's nest. Captain, we got... And before he has a chance to finish, you feel something smash into the deck with a heavy weight that sends the entire ship reeling. As... you see this massive armored form covered in a variety of pelts and silver plate stand up from the deck and immediately charge towards you.
Me personally?
Yes. And I'll send you the funny picture of the man before we go on to the next person.
So, I like confrontation. I welcome this.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know, who is that?
Oh,
Looks
is this
cool.
the god we don't know about? Fuck. God damn it. Have fun.
God damn it!
I didn't realize there was a
Uh-huh.
god we didn't know about. Okay.
Wolf is about to get goddamned.
They did say they found a replacement for Theodorus, so...
Oh no! Get fucked, dude.
Alright.
It's a domain rematch.
Whee! Alright. So, Reese. You're standing there with all of your friends, and then Valore snaps his fingers, and you feel something pull on you, and you go, nah, fuck you, I'm cool. And you just barely pushed through the pull on you. And as you do, you look around and realize that nobody else did.
Cheeky.
As you're sitting in the middle of the city, surrounded by Silver Order and pouring rain, and Valore staring at you. Quite impressive.
Thank you. So how many people are surrounding me, man?
Probably about a dozen guards and then Valore.
Dozen guards in the Valore. Cool.
Did you have any follow-up plan?
You know, I tend to just wing it, and then I'm going to cast. Where is it?
Mage fight, mage fight, mage fight.
Yeah, basically. I'm gonna cast Shadow Raid around myself, just centering it on myself.
Alright. What's the save on that?
It is a reflex save.
Oh boy.
Matt loves me being a mage.
Alright. What's their reflex? I remember it not. I remember fortitude. Silver Order there. Okay. So let's see. So, you see the shadows begin to rise up, and you see them start tearing into some of the Silver Order guards, most of them completely caught off guard and helpless by that. A couple of them are fending off the strikes, and some of them even realize it's an illusion and are completely unaffected by it. But seeing his men being, we'll call them mollywopped, you see Valore wave his hand as if dismissing something, and all of them disappear.
All his men disappear?
Yep.
From inside, Reese is like, oh, thank you.
Was that supposed to be some sort of spite move to kill a couple more guards before I ended you?
No, I'm just delicate and didn't want to be stabbed, honestly.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
God. I've got my violin, so technically +2.
Technically +3.
Oh. That's right.
What's your will save, my dude?
Probably high.
Then you picked a poor place to be. I did you all the courtesy. It's probably best that you leave before this gets any worse. And he starts walking away.
We can't do that. But
You
thank
can do
you.
whatever you want.
He's just walking away.
Yeah.
He's just gonna look around and be like, this is bullshit. Or he's like, okay. He's gonna make a perception check. Can he see any of his allies?
Yeah, roll me perception.
Cool. This is a long shot, this one.
I hope you see Lana and Wolf falling out of the sky.
Let's see. You see the sky lighting up to the west a bit. In very strange patterns that don't look like thunder.
To the west.
Yep, over in this direction.
Oh.
I think that's the only largely visible thing from there.
What the fuck am I supposed to do? I can't chase Valore!
I mean, in theory, you could. You can do whatever you want.
Valore
fair.
even said so himself.
Why did I put myself in this situation?
It's funny.
Because it's funny. You know what? Reese doesn't know where anybody is. But he does know where they need to go.
Yeah, the
So
direction Valore's going.
Yep. So he's just gonna follow Valore. And he's gonna call out from behind him. He's like, you know, it's a shame we never got to know each other. I've heard such wonderful things about you.
Oh, I'm certain. Unfortunately, the realities of our situation don't give much time for interests anymore. It's simply a matter of what need be done and what we do.
And here I thought we could just do whatever we wanted.
I said you could do whatever you want.
Oh, shame. Well, I certainly hope you get what you want in the end, then. And not, you know, something less pleasant or unexpected.
I suppose that depends on how things go from here. And you see him pause for a moment and just look off into the distance over the bay. It seems you weren't the only one with tricks then.
Hardly.
Very well. Don't blame me for what comes next, but I do thank you for the show at least. Even if it's unlikely to change anything. I appreciate the possibility.
I look forward to possibly giving a bit of entertainment towards the end then. Enjoy the show.
And as he pauses for a moment, with that check, Reese, you can hear footsteps starting to converge. Well, it seems like the time for our conversation is over, but assuming your patron is anything like the others, I imagine he's waiting so eagerly for you. Are you sure you don't want to take that trip?
I doubt he needs me to have a good time.
It's your choice to keep the king waiting.
He shrugs. How far am I from, at this point in the conversation, how far am I from the crossroads that lead north?
How far from here?
Like this intersection, like here?
At that point, you're probably about like here-ish.
Reese probably this whole time would be checking through buildings, looking for allies, checking to see if he can see any fighting.
You don't see any fighting yet. From the sounds, you can't hear anything. It's all a bit far too distant. The only thing you hear with that roll is a massive crash to the south.
A massive crash to the south?
Yep.
Oh
Over
god.
here.
What the fuck is even over there?
Port.
And as you hear the people closing in around you more and more in each direction, Valore, you see start to head out of eyesight and just gives you one final wave and says, I wish you luck. Hopefully this wasn't all for naught for your sake.
I enjoyed our little chat. I hope to see you after all of this.
He doesn't give you a response.
That's fine. Reese is gonna gonna slip into, like, between buildings
Mm-hmm.
and try to see if he can find anybody by going north-ish.
Roll me a stealth check.
Sure. There's no point in going to the castle by myself. Oh. It's much better
dang.
than I expected.
So, hearing the voices converge and not knowing where any of your allies you are for a second, you take a moment to... You realize they're in like a convergent pattern coming in from all sides. You need to wait and find a gap, because if you just stumble out blindly, the chance of you getting caught are high, so you just go fuck, 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 and tuck yourself somewhere out of sight as you wait to find an opening.
Okay.
And we'll get back to you in a little bit. Mika.
Hey.
Hey. So, as you're heading around, what was the last thing you did before Valori left? Or before you got teleported away by Valori?
Not actually sure. She wouldn't have. I don't think she's ever run into Valore, so she would have kind of been waiting on the others to try to take her cue from.
I think we ran into him briefly when fighting the demon host, so you would know he was on Ethos' side.
Yeah, to kind of know of him, but definitely would not have the same kind of reaction that Tomas or some of the others would necessarily have. So she probably would have been prepping to like, fire into any remaining people blocking the way.
Yep, so as you see the others reach for their weapons and Wolf throw, you realize combat's about to start and start reaching for your weapons, and suddenly you're gone and your vision is hindered by heavy, thick, acrid smoke. And as you go to take a surprised breath, your lungs feel like they're burning. And you just instinctively cough up and start choking on the air a bit as it feels like you are surrounded by heat in all directions. And you just hear the bangs and hisses of machinery.
Fuck. If I just like hunch down for a second and start going, okay, mental fuckery, inventory fuckery, okay, is it working? God damn it, no. Alright. And try and start listening for any sign of life other than machinery banging.
Roll me a perception check.
Where did my character sheet go? Perception.
Oh, whoops.
Nope.
Yep.
I've got the mic open.
As you're listening, you hear, through the hissing and the whirring and the banging, you hear a loud from somewhere in front of you.
So she's gonna sneak toward that.
Roll me a stealth check.
Carefully as she's been practicing. Not practicing enough.
So, as you start making your way towards the source of the sound, you eventually, through the smoke, just barely make out the silhouette of a door between you and the noise. An old, sturdy, wooden, iron-framed door with an arched top and an old, rusty handle.
No people or anything around?
Not as far as you can tell.
Look around for a second. Is there any place... Crap. Alright, so she's gonna... Shits and giggles here. Ready the gun. Smack on the door a couple times. Like, with the butt of the gun. As loud as she can get it, and then back up a few steps and aim. I have no idea what's gonna open the door.
Alright, so as you crack open the door, you get a quick look around, and it looks like mostly an open courtyard stacked with boxes and crates and barrels. And as you're taking that all in, you hear another thundering boom, and you're hit with a concussive shockwave as you see a flash of orange whir in front of your eyes and crash somewhere to the left out of your view. And then faintly from the sound of the impact you hear, oh, God damn it. And you recognize the voice.
Sorry. Off to the left, she hears the voice.
Yep.
Peek your head left a little bit and try and get a look. What's the voice?
Yep. And as you take a peek, you see Amove picking herself up from a couple of crates that she got thrown into.
Oh, honey.
And following, as she goes to look back up, she catches you out of the corner of her eye and looks panicked for a second as she looks forward. And you just see coming into the edge of your view a massive stone foot come down. And following it up, you see, you remember seeing this from the last time you were here, in a little bit of a different state. It looks like somebody has animated the massive statue of Ethos overlooking the bay and covered it in armor.
Good, okay.
As you see, a funny
That-
little man sitting
That
on
is
his
that
shoulder.
armored fuck.
Oh, you son of a
No.
bitch.
Oh my
Son
god.
of a
It's that
bitch.
fucker.
Oh, these are the two things guaranteed to piss me off. Okay.
That's fantastic.
You heard him over and brought him into view.
And as you see that, they just kind of lift their foot up, and you see Amove sprint and throw an explosion behind themselves to barely dodge it away as this foot just comes down and crashes through the stone wall where Amove was a second ago. We can keep playing this game for as long as you want. I don't know what you came here to do, but you're not getting it.
Mika's gonna duck back out of sight real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard not to go charging out. She's gonna stuff the gun back into the bag and pour out the golem.
Hell yeah.
You see the golem's head emerge from the puddle, awaiting instructions.
Think about it for a second, because we don't have any other dwarves with us besides me. I think none of the...
Yeah, I think you're the only dwarf on this mission.
Yeah, because everybody else is up in... yeah, up with Avy.
Mm-hmm.
So, look at the golem. And, basically order it to kill any other dwarves you see here.
Orders received. Scanning. Scanning. Target identified. Completing orders. And it just sinks down and the puddle begins to, like, rush off over towards the golem. And we'll pick up with you in a minute. Reeves, my friend.
Hello.
Hello. So, you're moving through. What's the last thing you do when you see Valore?
Shadow tap.
Yep. So you go to fire the bolts, and as you get the shots off, you just hear them ricochet as they bounce off a building that's 10 feet in front of you that wasn't there previously. And as you look around, the geography of the city seems very different. It almost reminds you of that first time, that city that you got teleported to that you never got a name of. And the streets are full of a thick, low, heavy fog that obscures your vision. And it's just an infinite maze of alleyways as far as the eye can see.
Okay. He'll test the mind link first. Hello?
You just get static.
Ah. All right. With that in mind, he is. He's gonna activate the thrusters on his boots to basically get himself onto a roof, if possible. And have a look around.
So, you go to click and activate your boots, and you go to kick off for expecting the boots to carry you up off the ground, but just kind of land back on your feet.
Wow. He's gonna spend like a couple of seconds like clicking his heels together to see if he can spark them, and when nothing happens, he's like, well. So this is the same sort of. So is this the same sort of place that he had run into Lynn that other time?
Correct.
Okay. Since that was like kind of like, did he receive like a confirmation that that was like kind of part of her domain? Or...
Yes.
Okay. I think he is going to start just moving around and through buildings, just trying to find that sort of like, trying to intuit that that sort of strong connection with her. See if he can get her attention.
So you try to focus on that connection there and weave through the alleys for a little bit. And as you start passing down one of them, you see a shadowy figure at the end of one of the alleyways up ahead.
Can you get a sense of their height or profile from where he is?
It's hard to make out from here. Roll me a perception check.
Nope.
No, the swirling fog obscures their form too much. They might be around your height. Maybe a little taller. It seems to vary. It's very hard to tell.
Alright.
You're not sure if the place is fucking with you or not.
Okay. Well, with his fast, quiet feet, he is going to sneak up to see if he can confirm who they are.
Yep. So as they go to turn, you start walking and you see their head slowly start to turn in your direction, you feel two hands grab you up from behind you and pull you back into the alleyway. Roll me a stealth check. You hear somebody shush into your ear and pull you into the darkness as you hear the sound of armored boots passed by you. Just the clang of into the distance.
Hmm.
And by the time they're gone, you look over and see it was Lynn that pulled you in, looking a bit worse for wear.
Oh gosh. What happened?
Looks like they were waiting for us. We've been doing what we can, but we were expecting to be able to use the city to our advantage a bit. We thought with it tied to them, they might want to keep it intact with it. And you see her instantly pull you down as you just see this arc of red light sweep through the buildings about like a foot or two off the ground. And you start hearing the buildings shift as they start sliding as they've been cleaved clean in half by something. And I need you to roll me either an athletics or a reflex save.
There we go.
Alright. And then roll me a stealth check. So, as the buildings are coming down, you quickly take a look around with your goblin sense of engineering and find a safe spot as much as you can and quickly dive into it. As you see one of the buildings collapse early and wedge hard into one of the already collapsed structures and slide underneath that with Lynn, as the other buildings collapse around you in a cacophony of violence and just kick up this massive cloud of smoke. And just barely you catch the visage of them in the distance as they seem to be scanning the rubble for any signs of movement and survivors. He's been hunting us.
This guy.
And we'll get back to that in a little bit. So, Lana.
Hello.
Hi. So,
Hi.
you are now trapped between a legion of Silver Order and at least one legion of Angels as they all bear their weapons and point them at you, and the Herald of Dawn approaches, looking down at you from the ramparts. So you came here after all.
Of course we did. And
You
Lana
still
just-
believe in that dream of yours, then?
And Lana just kind of sighs and she just like stands up straight. And she just goes, it's all or nothing at this point. If we don't stop that imposter now and he's allowed to ascend, even the people that you're here to protect won't have a tomorrow anymore.
I see. And he just raises one of his hands up. How unfortunate. Men, knock arrows. It's time to rain death down upon the interlopers. And as he knocks his hand down forward, Lana, you brace yourself to look for gaps in the arrows and find a route to escape. And you see the arrows descending down, but the trajectory is wrong. And you hear sparks of lights and hissing death as you look over behind you and see the Angel's Legion being torn apart by the rain of arrows.
Lana quickly tries to diagnose what happened and if that was... Yeah, Lana just tries to see what the fuck just happened, basically.
Roll me a perception check to get an insight on what the fuck this happened.
Yeah. There we go.
So, do you remember previously what the Herald had told you?
Vaguely.
That he understood what Ethos was doing was wrong, but he could not act because it had endangered his men.
Hmm.
So, as you're thinking on that for a second, you see the Herald just casually take a step forward and hop down off the ramparts with the banner slung on over his shoulder as he looks over towards you and gives a reverent bow towards Argith.
Lana's a little taken aback at this point. It's like, what?
We're past the point of inaction. Regardless of what happens here, if what you said is true. Considering who you have supporting you, I have no reason to believe it might be otherwise. My men are doomed, regardless of if I act or not. My actions will always assure the best chance of their survival, and I believe that lies with you and yours. And he just bows his head in reverence towards Argith as he speaks. I understand that you have no reason to trust me, but your services are better used elsewhere on this battlefield. I can get your champion where she needs to be. On my honor. And you see Argith hold her hand out with her claw pointed towards him, and you see these glyphs light up the end of her finger. On your honor? And he just nods, and she taps her finger into his chest, and you see these sigils arc across his armor. Very well. Either you will hold yourself to those words, or that will. Are you able to handle things from here, Lana?
Lana just kind of turns around and nods her head and goes, "You better believe it. Go make a difference."
That I shall. And she kicks up again and just shoots up into the stratosphere.
Lana just kind of looks up and is like, "Cool."
Let's not waste any time then.
Right.
And as you kick off and start running, the Herald has no problem keeping up with you.
Yeah,
And in fact, they take the lead to guide you through the streets.
All right. I guess I don't need to hold back then.
Yep. And as you carry with them through the streets for a bit, they seem to be guiding you through gaps in the Silver Order defenses, and roll me a perception check as you're running through.
Perception. There we go.
So, you notice that some of the Silver Order seem to have turned on the Angels and sometimes even each other, but not all of them. It seems to be localized to mostly the forces on this leftmost flank of the city.
Lana just kind of puts on a light smile and is just like, it's a brave and dangerous thing that you've got these guys doing. I'll make sure that it's not put to waste.
I suppose it's our only option left at this point.
Yeah.
My only regret is that we couldn't do it sooner, for risk of what Ethos Wrath would incur upon us.
Sooner than later, and to be honest, you did help us out before, so as far as I'm concerned, I couldn't ask for anything more.
And you see them pause for a moment to talk about something. And they look back over their shoulder at you, Lana, as you're going over the bridge. And you don't catch it before it happens. And before you realize it, they've spun and caught you in the side with the banner.
Oh.
And as they catch you, it just almost whipping you like a baseball bat sends you flying diagonally over the riverbed here. And with that perception check you made earlier, you're confused for a second as you're sent a bit reeling from the impact. And you go to pick yourself up and hear the clang of the banner dropping off your lap a bit. Realizing it got sent with you from the force of the strike as you look up over towards the bridge.
Motherfucker.
And you see Eber standing only inches away from where you were. His blade digging halfway down through the Herald's upheld right arm before peeling away, and that arm, you just see that part of the arm just collapse to the ground with a thud, but you don't see any blood.
Uh-huh.
Roll me a perception check again.
Okay. Perception number 3. Hey.
Yep. So, as the arm hangs unnaturally from the side, you catch just a glimpse of it as it's spinning around back and forth a bit. You see it looks like their arm appears to be made of some sort of clay or ceramic.
Oh.
And after a moment, they just shift and pop the arm off at the elbow joint and drop it to the ground as they just enter a fighting stance with their one remaining good arm. Oh, if you thought we weren't watching you, then you'd be sorely mistaken. I knew you would. It doesn't change the fact that I must act. What a fucking pitiful rebellion. And he gives another slash as the Herald dives in, catching Eber a bit off guard and just elbowing the wrist away to follow through with a knee strike to the ribs. Eber is completely unfazed by this, as with his other arm he just picks them up and just hurls them across the bridge hard.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just, is the Herald thrown to Lana's side or across?
Oh no, he's thrown like 5 feet away. He's still very much within Eber's reach.
Gotcha, okay.
You are like 50 feet away.
Okay.
And you can already see from the distance you're at the gleam coming off the armor that the Herald has, and the halo flickering away. But the banner still seems to maintain its radiance. And you feel that sensation you felt when you touched the ring, radiating off of it.
Oh, this sneaky son of a bitch.
And as they stand back up, what you see their leg pop unnaturally a bit as they shift their weight and lock it back into place, and you realize that their left leg must also be a prosthetic. And it clicks to you why they were resting so weird when you came in upon them in Argus Monastery. As this motherfucker's been going the entire time with no more than 2 working limbs.
Lord.
But
Yeah,
they pick themselves back up against Eber, and you hear their voice ring out within your head. Sorry. Oh, so many notes. So many notes. You have more important things to do than this. If you flee now, he has no chance of keeping up with you within the city. Do what need be done. My fate was decided the moment I put my lot in with yours.
Lana just kind of lets out a long sigh and just kind of reaches down and grasps the banners like, I've, yeah. Consider the job done. And she'll just kind of stand up and then she'll throw her own message back and just go like, bit of a tall ask, I know, but try to stay alive. You deserve a break after this. And then she'll just kind of sprint off.
And there's a bit of a pause as you hear the sounds of fighting fade into the distance. Before the voice comes back over your brain. Apologies. What you ask is a bit outside of my measure. No matter one's strength of body or mind, those who cannot imagine a future beyond the eternity of the present are doomed to be no more than stepping stones for the future. Stubborn and blind as this fool is, at least they chance to meet those who were brave enough to face the setting sun to see what lies beyond. Carry that banner high and proud, ye mighty, for you lead the lost to a new tomorrow that I could never see. And as that image enters your mind, the heraldry on the banner vanishes.
Lana just kind of she kind of stumbles a little bit and then just kind of like kind of glances up and just kind of lets out a long sigh and she just goes, well, all right, if that's how it's got to be. And then she'll just kind of keep on trucking.
All right, Tomas.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm doing great.
So, you are surrounded by undead and have one corpse fucker in front of you. What would you like to do?
How tightly packed are the undead?
At the moment, not terribly. They've just started condensing you guys. There are a lot more of them, and the key Raleigh were not placed in a position expecting them to show up from both sides.
Tomas is going to... Nara said she needed a few minutes, right?
What was that?
Nara said that she'd be there in a few minutes.
Correct.
And he doesn't want to lose his hunted prey on Valore. So we're just, we're gonna say fuck it, and we're gonna take an Eldritch shot on the old fucker face.
Alright, roll me a hit.
He's already ancient, so let's just freeze him in place.
Yep. Alrighty. So, you're using, what was it? What spell?
Ray of Frost.
So, you strike the body with Ray of Frost, and he seems surprised for a second as it just crystallizes the top, quadrant of his body where his heart is, and you just see the arm crumple off as he looks like he's going into shock for a second and collapses. And then you hear his voice call out from behind you. Oh, is this the pace you're going to be working at? And you look over and see he's just chilling there from another corpse. You know he wasn't behind you a second ago, and suddenly he's there, and you look back, and the thing you just shot was a corpse.
Tomas is like, we can't all move slow as fuck, Grandpa. He's gonna take another shot on him if he can.
Alright, roll me a shot. Yep. You just shoot him through the eye, and he drops dead.
Jesus. Fucking. Then he's gonna spin around and see if he can figure out where he went again this time.
Mm-hmm. And you see him on the other side, just standing behind a couple of them that are trying to push through the key rally, and says, "If you're looking for me, I'm over here."
Are there other undead around him?
Oh yeah, no, there's 100 undead.
Are there within can I find one that's within 5 feet of him and shoot that one?
Sure. Yep. You obliterate that undead.
Does it crit?
Yes.
Because on crits, the electricity from my bow bounces to everything 5 feet away from it. Or at least something 5 feet away from it.
You just see him get sapped, and it's like, is that your best effort now? You were doing so well.
That was funny, fucker.
He seems a whole bit indifferent about all this. He's just sitting there with both of his hands on the cane, watching you the entire time.
Shamas is just gonna sigh for a moment, then kind of lean back on Maya and put his bow across his lap and be like, "So, do they get anything out of it when you shove your dick into the undead body? Is that all just you?"
Yes, Nara does love that comparison. It's not my fault she doesn't appreciate pragmatism.
Is necrophilia really pragmatism in this day and age? Is that where we've come to?
Is this the extent of the conversation we're gonna have? Because I can just move things along if you would prefer.
I mean, I'm enjoying this conversation. I'm genuinely curious. I've met a lot of people with different kinks, but this is a new one for me.
And you hear screams start to come out from some of the key rally as the undead are starting to overwhelm some of the ranks.
Over the mind link, be like, Nara, how far?
Still about 4 minutes out.
Okay.
Keyral and Zara and Torsat are trying their best. It doesn't help when you kill things that they get back up.
The undead are much more clumped now, right?
What?
The undead are more clumped now, they've congregated into spaces. Mm-hmm. Can I just loose an impossible volley on the largest clump?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you managed to tear through everything in the impossible volley. About 2/3 of them keep getting back up.
Okay. He'll honestly probably keep going at that and just keep up casual conversation with the corpse sucker, genuinely asking questions like, so, like, is it the coldness to them or like their skin peeling off? Is that what does it for you? As he keeps shooting off these volleys.
He's just staring at it and going, yes, exactly that. All of it. It's my favorite part.
Unless he does something different.
Roll me a
from
perception check.
Okay.
That's rough, buddy.
Yep.
As you're having that conversation with him, you don't realize it until you feel one of them crash into your shoulders above, as nearly a dozen zombies topple over the roof of the nearby building on top of you.
I'm so glad Matt didn't do this to me. I would hate this.
Tomas like flattens himself against mine. He's like, that's just disgusting, as he tries to like push them off of him.
Alright, roll me an athletics check or an acrobatics check.
I was like, fuck, I finally have an athletics modifier, but it's only +1.
That is not enough. You start trying to get away from them, but one of them keeps grabbing you just as you're almost out and pulling you back. And one of them manages to rip you off Maya's back, much to her distress as you're pulled down into the horde.
Can he grab? I don't have the dagger on my item list, but can he grab it off his quiver and just start stabbing at the ones that are on him?
Yep.
I don't know. Should I do like... Am I trained in daggers?
It's a simple weapon, I think.
Yeah, it should be, yeah. You should be trained. Pretty much
Hey.
everybody's trained in daggers.
Can I just use my unarmed strike then, since they're the same modifier?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You managed to,
Oh my goodness.
you managed to get the dagger. It's a like, as you pick it up in your hand, it's a hefty, like, wide, thick dagger. As you're able to just drive it deep in through the base of their skull into their brain and rip it out, and you manage to get 2 or 3 of them before they manage to just collapse back on top of you again. Roll me an athletics or acrobatics check to see if you can slip out. So, even as you keep killing them, they keep collapsing in on top of you. Have Maya roll me some attacks as well.
Okay. How many?
Whatever a normal full round of attacks is for her.
Bite and the claw then, if he gives her an action.
Yep. So Maya tears through a couple of them to get you free as you feel a large hand reach down and you feel Zara pull you out as she has a couple of zombies like hanging onto her and grabs your face to quickly pump 50 HP into you.
Tomas is feeling to, in thanks, stab his dagger at the one like grabbing at her.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks. He sucks.
He's an arrogant fuck, and every time we kill him, he pops back up. We do not even know if any of these are the real body. Or if he's just toying with us.
Tomas
As she just tears like 3 fingers through the face of a zombie and just sandwiches the head.
Tomas is gonna like lean closer to her and whisper, "Probably about 3 minutes now. We got backup." And he's gonna try to be super sneaky about it.
And over the mind link, she responds back, "I don't know if we have 3 minutes. More of them keep showing up."
Fuck. What can we do? He's gonna sigh real quick and look around. Can he see the corpse fucker?
Yep. It's still, he's just still hanging out in the alleyway, just watching things casually.
He's gonna swap his hunt prey to him and also give the boon to, Zara and Kirol, if Kirol's in sight.
Yep. They are.
And then he's gonna take a quick shot at the guy and see if he can sense when he jumps from the hunt prey.
Alright, give me that shot. You drop the person, the hunt target dissipates. It does not move. As you see another one of him looking down on you from above.
Also,
we're back to this again.
Yeah, because you suck, and I now have like the taste of zombie in my mouth. Still don't understand how you enjoy this. So the hunt prey just dropped completely and he'd have to re-put it up again.
Yep.
That sucks.
And the key Raleigh lines are not looking great. They've only lost a few people, but they're losing ground rapidly and are getting hammered in together.
Tomas is gonna make a quick command to Maya. And can he have her run over and try to grapple the corpse fucker?
Yeah, roll me an athletics check. Yep, nope, they're able to grab him.
And then bite him.
Yep. Jump. Yep, they bite it clean in half and then spit it out. And keep spitting.
Oh, he's gone again, isn't he?
Yes, well, we can't all learn, can we?
No, honestly, I keep getting told I'm bad at learning things. I'm always really shit at school, to be completely honest.
Reese sneezes in the distance.
Yes, unfortunately, it's a little bit counterproductive to tell somebody who can't learn that they can't learn.
That's
okay, death is an important lesson. He just taps you on the head with his cane and starts walking away.
How far away is... Tomas is going to use the major flaming star he has to cast a fireball at him. And hopefully catch, more zombies in the wake.
I love Tomas.
Yeah, it just incinerates the lot of them.
And then he'll just raise a hand and give them a middle finger wherever he turned up that time.
Yep.
And then I have another plan after whatever he does.
Yeah, he's realized there's no real point in talking to you.
That's fucking fair. Are the Kirali are we kind of all stuck in a group together and all of the...
You're getting pushed together into one large group, yeah.
Once we're pushed together, Tomas is going to then also use the Flaming Star to cast Wall of Fire as a protection wall around them from the zombies. Can I do that with that spell?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
So you buy yourself a bit of breathing room. I think it's about a minute.
I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know. Can I just...
1 minute, yeah.
Okay. And then he's gonna go over the mind link again and be like, Nora, he really doesn't like our conversation. How much longer?
I'm about 2 minutes out.
I got a minute on a wall of fire. Okay. Cool.
Alright. So, fast skip the minute. You have 1 minute left as the wall drops and people immediately go back to fighting.
As soon as the wall drops, he's just gonna go back to fighting. It's what he does best.
All right. Trapped in these small corridors, give me a couple attack rolls unless you're doing anything fancy.
He'd make them volleys just to make sure he hits as much as possible.
All right, roll me 2 of those. 3 of them. Fuck it. First one only peppers a few of them down for a few seconds. The second and third ones take down at least half the bunch each time. As you're just quickly knocking and realizing, oh damn, that takes a lot of arrows.
Yeah.
As you start realizing you're running down and maybe have only a couple more of those left in you.
Yeah.
Fighting keeps going. Let me check how the other dipshits are doing. As you're getting pushed together, you hear a couple more people get dragged down. Obviously, Torsat, Kiral, Nara, all the big names are doing fine, but it's the normal people eventually getting taken down by the number of wounds, because Zara can only heal so fast.
Yeah.
And as you're getting pushed in and you get a couple more nips in yourself, you hear a sizzling in the air, and you look over towards Corpse Fucker, who frowns and then is turned to ash.
Colossus. Grancy's like, I knew I'd get him eventually.
And you just feel his hand tap on your shoulder and says, "Oh, it seems somebody was rude enough to interrupt us. I guess we'll have to have a little chat later. Let's see if you can't come up with more interesting things to talk about." And that one also bursts into ash as Nara arrives and is just mass obliterating the undead.
God, he fucking smells. Holy shit. Ew.
And the Kirali take a moment to breathe as they're finally relieved from the onslaught. And Zara is gonna pick you up a little bit again. And as you catch your breath, Nara gets a quick update from everybody on what's going on before looking down at you, Tomas. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. He's just gonna look around at all like the Kirali that fell. He's like, they're not though.
Yes, unfortunately. There's only so much we can do, given the numbers advantage our opponent has. They fought as well as they did. Well, sorry. They fought better than could be expected given the circumstances. You did good to assist them.
Thanks. So, cool if I leave you here and I go find the others, because,
That's probably for the best. We'll do
Yeah.
what we can to clean up things here. And between me and Kira, we should be able to make significant progress.
thanks, Nara.
Give them hell.
Yeah, and he'll just grin at her, wink, make Maya big again because it would have worn off by now, and then climb on her back.
Yep. And then you scamper off through the city without much of an issue.
He dropped his hunt prey on Valori, so he's gonna go straight south, where he last remembered.
Alrighty.
I don't know if... I mean, because he's got an item, but I don't fully know how it works, but he's got a dragon rune bracelet that technically has one of Risa's scales on it, but I don't know if that would help him find him. I don't think so. No, it's mostly fear effects against dragons.
Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, he's just gonna go straight south then.
Alrighty. And we'll catch up with you in a bit then. Wolf, my friend. A large man in pelts and full plate with horns stylized into the helmet charges at you and makes a massive swing at you. Just haymakering you.
Wait, he's punching me?
Yep. You feel him swing wide and just catch one of the edges of your armor and just shatters one of the spikes off your armor and sends it flying off into the abyss. As he just opens one of his hands and goes to make a swipe at you wide, and you manage to avoid out of the way. How would you like to return?
I'm gonna punch this fucker back.
Roll me a hit.
I should have a bare-handed swing, right? Yeah.
Yep, it's just fist. Hell yeah, roll me a crit. Alright, you are not prone, so let me get rid of that. So, you swing wide and just catch him in the jaw with your fist, and the helmet tilts, and you see his body buckle as he's thrown back 5 feet from the force of the impact. And you see him just shift the helmet back into place with a crack, and as he shuffles his body a bit, you see the muscles like shift underneath the armor as his torso just expands outward a bit, and his arms become massive as he just charges towards you and tries to smash you through the top of the deck.
Holy fuck.
You manage to catch the impact of some of it, but it hurts this time. As Wolf takes... we'll call it... Boop. As even as you catch his fist, he smashes and you feel your arms buckle and something bruise and break onto the flesh from just the force of his fist alone. And as you're swinging, getting ready to swing back on him, you see Hastings has disappeared before he just kind of kicks open the door to the captain's quarters, reaches behind him, and you see him just one-armed wheel out a cannon.
I love him.
It just nods at you for a second as he lights the fuse and aims it up. What do you want to do?
He's aiming it up?
He's aiming it towards the guy you're fighting.
Ooh. I'm gonna restrain the guy.
Roll me an athletics check. Hell yeah.
Ah!
So you hold him and lock him down and buckle him in place, and you feel his muscles shifting as his body begins to harden, and you feel something in his back begin to coalesce, but before it has a chance to do anything, Hastings just lets out a laugh as, we'll say anybody not preoccupied in the city, as you look up, you just see a flash illuminating the ship falling from the heavens.
Oh yeah.
As
Please, wherever he is.
Wolf, you're holding onto him. The cannon shot rips him from your arms and throws him overboard. You just see him ragdoll in the air for a second before his body shifts again back into that of like an eagle and begins dive bombing after you all.
Wait, he's dive bombing at the ship again?
He's dive bombing towards you, but it's taking him a second to catch up now that he hasn't pre-prepped for the intercept.
Can I jump and try to receive him?
If you want to use your action to prep for that, yeah.
Yes, I'd like to.
Hastings seems to be having a good time of it all. As Wolf, as you're prepping for that, you realize you can see the sea starting to come into view as you're definitely over the bay, and you see a couple ships beneath you raining fire on the city. And as Hastings sees all this, he lets out a laugh and opens his arms out as if to accept the sea. And you see the sea kind of rise up into this massive wave, almost as if to greet you, carrying up a ship with it. And he goes, "Oh, lads, would you look at that? You're not so crass as to deny a lady her gift. She's even picked one out for us. What do you say?" And they all let out a cheer as he goes, "Alright, lads, brace for ramming." As Wolf, you're getting ready to intercept as you brace yourself on the side, and the horizon smashes through the side of this ship as cannons rip off through this, fire off through the side of it as you're passing through it, just turning it into... Calling it rubble would be probably the most accurate. Just flaming hunks of steel and wood burning and drifting into the ocean. As Hastings is laughing as you're drifted into the proper place for a boat to be, horizontal on the sea. And you see the man adjusting and trying to dive towards you. Wolf, you said you wanted to try to catch him. Give me another athletics check. God bless. So, you kick up off the ground and manage to grab your arms around him mid-air as he's mid-shift and not ready to accept not ready to adjust for somebody attacking him quite yet. What would you like to do now that you have him held?
Ooh, are we still hurling? I assume we keep falling though?
No, you are now caught on the sea. You landed by crashing through the ship. So you are on the sea now. You're flat and just sitting there.
Wait. On the sea?
Yes, you are on the sea now.
We're not in the water?
No, you didn't crash through into the water yet, no. You're just sitting, resting atop the sea like a normal ship.
I feel like I'm really dumb right now.
The boat is how a boat should be right now. It is no longer falling through the air.
Oh, okay, I got it. Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, man. I'm trying to think of wolf things.
It's all good.
I'm gonna ask him... I wouldn't know who he is, right?
Nope.
While gripping him, I'm gonna ask him, who the hell are you?
Roll me a diplomacy check, or an intimidation check. One of the two. What's your will save, sir?
Who's?
His. Intimidation's rolled against will DC. He doesn't seem to give a fuck. He is a bird right now.
Alright. Wolf is gonna fucking slam his ass.
Alright. Roll me an attack roll.
Unarmed, yeah?
Yep. Alright. You smash your full weight down on top of him, and you hear him bend uncomfortably as something cracks in his back for a bit, as he shifts to pick himself back up off the ground. And as he goes to get ready to charge for him again, you just hear a gunshot ring out as Hastings walks up behind him. He's like, "Alright, you've had enough playtime, kid," and just kicks him in the back to get him down. "We can handle it from here, lad." As you see the other crew starting to reach for their cutlasses and guns. You got better things to do than play with this asshole.
I'm sure he feels it.
Oh, I will. He went and made a mess of my boat. We don't take kindly to that. And you are free to head off, Wolf. Do not forget, you have winged runes on your armor now, so you do not have to swim back to shore.
Just about to ask you, can I?
Yeah, you can pop that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop that shit.
So, Wolf departs, popping the wing rune on his armor to give himself a bit of flying speed as you fly low over the sea and make your way back to the shores of Brescia and start making your way towards the temple. Reese, how you doing, buddy?
It's a good question.
Haha, you're in danger.
I am in danger.
You hear explosions heading off to the south. Two different directions to the south now. What the fuck is happening?
So much.
You sneeze. You hear some buildings collapsing to your north. Everything. It's all having a great time.
Okay. Do I still hear people walking around?
They're milling about in various directions, kind of in like a patrol pattern, searching, getting ready for people coming in from the north and the west.
Cool. A lot of them?
Probably at least 24.
Alright. Oh, man. I'm in the worst spot ever. The situation sucks. All y'all have gods. Reese is by himself again.
Hey,
You did
right,
this
right.
to yourself.
hey, you,
On
ju-
accident!
you just
You're
had
a
to make the saving throw.
dragon, you're fine.
Everybody made the saving
Now, in fairness, Valore even said, "Hey, you want to go hang out with your god?" And Reese said, "Fuck you."
Reese is like, nah, I'm chill.
He didn't trust Valore to send him to his god. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Listen, man.
Didn't even roll an insight check, just straight distrust. Wow.
I don't listen. Reese's insight sucks. I know better.
I'm trying to lick the flesh off my bones, you cunt. Alright.
Anyways, enough
Yep.
memes. Gonna
Never
check and
enough
see if I can slip past people. Wait. I have a solution for this. Hold on. I'm an idiot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I believe in you, buddy.
I'm gonna cast disappearance on myself.
There we go.
Why didn't I think of that sooner? I'm a fucking
Because it
idiot.
seems so simple.
I know.
So, you pop a disappearance on yourself. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try and figure out where the rest of my companions are. So over the mind link, Reese is like, I'm alone. Where's everyone?
Where is everyone? That is a good question.
Can we hear this?
Yes, you can all hear the mind link now that you're back in the material plane.
Tomas will say that he's up north running south on Maya.
Oh good, I'm south.
I have no idea where I am.
Oh good.
Lynn's
You
here.
hear, you hear another explosion from the north.
Huh. There's a lot happening around me. You know, Valori just kind of walked away from me. That was fun.
Wait,
had a
Landed in the south.
wait, you didn't get flinged away?
Nope. No, I didn't.
Are you okay?
For now, there's a lot of people.
I had a really good chat with the corpse fucker about his necrophilia.
Ew.
How productive was that?
Unproductive as fuck.
Do, the big statue of Ethos the Quartermaster is piloting, do we know where that is? Like, when we were in the city before? Or where it's supposed to be?
It was previously, right here.
So we basically would, like, I'd kind of have an idea that I'm near the bay.
Yep. You can hear the sounds of water nearby.
Near the bay, up high, dealing with the
Oh.
trader.
That does not narrow that down.
Helping him Ove.
Tell him Ove hi. Tell her to keep doing a good job.
Thanks, I
Hi, I'm
appreciate it.
Oh, hi, I'm Ove. Forgot. This is linked to everyone. I'm not used to this.
I forgot about that too, actually.
You're doing great, sweetie.
And Reese, you just hear over the mind link, do you need some assistance? From Feck.
You know, I wasn't gonna take it from him, but I'll definitely take it from you.
I'll send a runner. And as he says that, so you hear the sounds of hoof beats behind you. As you see a female satyr just completely dressed in a suit and just with a little bright orange, what the fuck are they called? The vests underneath saying, "Apologies for the delay."
Hi.
Greetings, it is my understanding that you require assistance.
Yes, please.
And she extends her hand outwards towards you.
Reese will take it.
And they guide you through a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And you take a brief little detour through that place I described earlier that Reese is now seeing for the first time.
The one Tomas went to?
No, the one that was, it smells of sweet wines and looks like infinite autumn. That's slightly
yes.
oversaturated.
Mm-hmm.
Like 15% oversaturated.
Yes.
Before you arrive in this little section of the court here. And as you show up, you see various Fae dancing in a little celebration around the area that you're in. Their partners, Silver Order and Angels both, all just having a good time. And Feck, a little bit different than you've expected, than you've previously seen him at least. Seems to be sprawled out on a large throne made of angels contorting themselves to support his weight.
Jesus Christ.
They almost appear about 8 feet tall now. Very much looking like a satyr now instead of an elf. And aside from the shifting cloak of leaves that match the pattern of those you saw on your way over, all they really wear underneath that is a series of shawls and body scarves that barely conceal them.
Yep, sounds about right.
As they just hold their arms out towards you and say, "Oh, I was worried. I'd heard the others had found theirs, and I thought they might have done something needlessly cruel. That would have been very disappointing for them." And as he gets up to go walk towards you in greeting, he just makes a gesture as if dismissing something, and you see the angels that he was sitting on all bite through their own tongue and gouge out their own eyes to disappear into light.
Feck doesn't fuck around.
No, he does not.
Wow.
My God's
Oh,
metal.
Feck.
He's the Fey god of celebrations and patronage, and also delirium.
Yeah.
Okay, well there's that.
He's a funny little man.
I see you're enjoying yourself. Thank you for the escort. Don't worry. I just, I guess I'm too good at my job.
Well, I can't fault you for that. And he gives you a quick look over. And you don't seem too worse for wear, so I think it all worked out in the end.
Yes.
But I believe we have an arrangement to get to. They've been so very cruel to not respond to my missive, so I thought to send a responsible person to go deliver my complaints in person. You wouldn't have any issues with that, would you?
None at all.
Perfect. Then let's be on our way. And as the others continue celebrating in the little court, he has one of his servants lead the way as you're flanked by 2 other satyrs in fancy little autumnal guard armor, just escorting you through the city as you have a brisk little walk. It isn't a good time for anybody that runs into you two. Let's put it that way.
Reese is having the easiest time of this. I feel a little bad.
It's okay.
Because he's a noodle.
It's because he has a problem child.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. So we'll get back to you in a second.
What's up?
Next up is Mika. So you were having a funny little adventure in the fort.
Yes. I have to go sick my new Terminator 2 on the quartermaster.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me check the stats on a Mithril Golem real quick.
Pretty sure the Statue of Ethos is considerably larger than my Mithril Golem, but...
Mm-hmm. Mithril Golems are actually fairly chunky. They're huge.
Okay.
Alright, where are your stats, sir? There they are, okay. Okay. So, as they go to crash and tear through a chunk of the wall that Amove was hiding under again, they don't notice until the Mithril Golem has already made contact with the leg that is beginning to crawl up it. And it has no problem adhering to the surface of the golem and just crawling its way up the side before you see the dwarf look down over the back and see what's going on and just begin scanning around to try to figure out what the fuck is happening. Are you hiding at this point?
I think that's where I was. Yeah, I was like just inside of a door.
Yep. Roll me a stealth roll.
D. Where is my stealth at? There it is.
Alrighty. What's your perception, sir? As you're hiding, you hear Move call out for you to run. As you hear the grinding of stone as the body shifts and pulls its arm back and begins thrusting its massive hand towards where you're hiding. Give me an athletics check.
Size. Well, at least I put the gun away already, so...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, although I need to actually tell this thing I did that.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Alright, so you're going to take half damage from this. As we'll do... Oops. That's not the right number. There we go. You just barely clear it as you're clipped by a bit of the rubble as part of the fort collapses around you. Oh, there you are. Shame, we were supposed to be getting rid of you for good, but I guess we can't have any good things unless we make them ourselves.
That is the Dwarven motto, isn't it? Getting my hammer back out.
Mm-hmm. I just had to learn how widespread the meaning actually was.
So, it sounds like there's no cover now between me and him.
Nope. What would you like to do as he's as the statue is pulling back to get ready for another assault?
see if I go, since it just punched the wall that I'm right by it, see if I can kind of leap on the arm and go charging up.
Alrighty, roll me an athletics check.
Try and pull a Lana maneuver here.
Hell yeah. So, quickly grabbing one of, do you have a climbing kit on you?
Do I have a climbing kit on me? I do not. I have boots of bounding.
That'll work. So, as you're charging up them, you see the arm try to shift to throw you off of it, and you quickly, as you're getting that last bit out and you see it getting ready to flick, you kick off and jump wide. Are you going for the golem or are you going for the god?
Going for the golem, actually.
Alright. You see him, see you make a leap and instantly pops himself. You see him, like, form a shield in front of him to try to get ready for whatever attack you're going for. Mika, roll me an attack roll. Cool. And roll me a D100. Hell yeah. So, Mika, as you're flying through the air, you pull the hammer back, and without even commanding it, you see the ember within it just burst into this massive flame before condensing down, so the hammer is just white hot. As you strike it, and the golem rings out as if you were striking armor. And you feel something within you flare up that seems to resonate through your body and down through the golem as you just land through the far side, catching yourself on the far shoulder of it. And something feels different about the golem as you land on it. Roll me a crafting check. Hell yeah. So how to describe it? So know how when you're tempering metal you have to be careful. Because you're heating it and that is a process that weakens it, but you need to heat it enough to shape the weapon. It feels like somebody over-tempered the golem. Like somebody brought all the material within it to the stress point where it's barely holding itself together now. And it did not feel like that a second ago.
This isn't anything like what I can do, like the key, like the construct key. Like this is something different, like I flamed through it kind of thing. Like it feels like a metal.
Yeah, it feels almost like you're getting the sense that the metal structure of the golem shifted from the force of that impact. Which doesn't make any sense to your brain logically.
Alright.
And capitalizing on the distraction, you see a Mauve from the bottom. You see the intensity of her light up for a second as just flame just wreaths the entire other half of the golem from the side that you're on. For a moment before you feel the body shift again as it swings down on top of a Mauve. And let me make a roll real quick. Alright, so as it brings the arm down, it shatters the building on top of it, but you can see stress fractures form up the entire arm of it from the force of the blow.
Alright.
With a quick, just like brushing off dirt, you see the quartermaster seem to shrug off the effect of a Mauve's blow as they turn their attention towards you. and begin the process of conjuring weapons around you to strike at you from various angles. So let's make some
I was gonna
rolls.
say, does Mika have time to real quick mind link to a Move that it's fragile?
Yeah. And you see her take a quick look at it and goes, "Oh, that's new. Let's see what I can do for you."
And then get the shield out while he's limbering up.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think the shield keeps you from being crit. Yep. The shield keeps that from being a crit as you're struck once. And you manage to shrug off the other two attacks coming at you from his blows as you feel the golem reel back and go to throw another punch at Amove. Hell yeah. So, this is a new sensation as you look out of the corner of your eye and you feel a chill run up your back as you see the flame that you normally see from Amove's hair die out for a second as it just freezes over into these frozen locks as she reaches up and just kind of, it almost seems like she slaps aside the hand for a second as it goes to strike her and she makes contact with it, and you just see the entire length of the arm flash freeze and shatter under the force of its own weight, essentially.
That's cool.
And you see Amove down at the bottom smiling, goes, "Oh, I can work with this." Alright, and what would you like to do now that the golem is reeling and you shrugged off those attacks?
She's busy playing with the golem, then he looks like he's up there conjuring stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a baseball swing at the golem's legs, see if we can topple him over.
Alrighty.
He's still riding
So-
on him, isn't he?
Yep. So you're gonna slide down the side and take off the legs?
See what we can do yet.
Roll me a hit. Hell yeah. So, roll me damage. Perfect. So, as you connect with the hammer, you feel something crack deep within the structure of it. As it goes to put its weight down, you see the cracked spider leg up the side of it. As it goes to pull back, and you see him looking around to try to see what action to take next. Before you see this blur of blue-silver behind him, let me make an attack roll. Lamau. That's a 45, which is a hit. As you see the mithril golem drive it just shift its hand into a spike and drive it through his back as he takes.
Like that.
There we go. As he gets clipped for 50 damage. And you see him reel back. And what do you want to do, sir? You see him form this object in his hand that crackles with electricity and drive it into the mithril golem. What's that to hit? That is going to be a 53, which is a crit, and is going to slow the golem. So the golem takes 46 points of damage. It is fine, but it is slowed as he looks and takes a breath at the situation before frowning, and you see him make a quick gesture with his hand, and he's gone in a flash of golden light.
Yeah, that's what Mika says out loud. He's like, fucking coward.
And as he disappears, the golem seems to be crumbling, like faltering a bit, as Amove just reaches out and touches against the bottom of it, and you see that frost go up the core of its body as she just makes a downshift gesture, and you see it begin to crumble from the top down and just collapse around into a pile of frozen iron at the center of the fort. I don't know what you did there, but much appreciated.
Don't know either. We'll have to figure that one out later.
Yeah, problem for another time. Aren't you supposed to be headed northeast?
We got detoured.
She just kind of like nods at that as she takes a breather and says, let's see if we can't get you going back there. And using her funny little alchemical ice, she's going to form a bridge over the water over here and get you back on the road going.
Alright, yeah. If she didn't do that, Mika's probably like pop her wing and armor too.
That also works if you just want to do that.
Yeah, so just see like I'll just just like pop the wings and start trucking down that way.
Alright. I'm gonna make sure everything they have that here is no more use of anybody. And I'll make sure to catch up with you all once I caught my breath.
Looking forward to it.
From hell.
Oh, planning on it.
Alright, Reeves.
Hello.
Hello. So, you are currently in hiding as you see Victor stalking around, just occasionally every time he sees like what he thinks is movement, just obliterating a block.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Over the mind link, what happened to Nixie and the Chainbreakers?
We got separated a bit, and you hear Nixie from over the other line. I'm still fine. A couple of the others went down, but we're mostly still here. Just can't really do much with that fucker about.
Alright. Alright, Reeves, think. Do you see him, Nixie?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do. Alright. Okay. So Victor is like on the ground, in the air.
He is currently on the ground.
Okay.
Just walking through the rubble.
Alright. The way these magic gods work, their domain is basically the words of power on them. I'm not entirely sure how we disable that, but from what he's observed of them, do they need to do any sort of like somatic components or anything like that to use their magic, or do they just...
None at all.
None at all? Okay.
They have raw magical juice just infused into their essence. They can just think a spell and cast it.
Gotcha. If I pull a distraction, can that work for you too?
Yeah, it'll at least give us enough to close the gap between them.
Okie dokie. Reeves leans in, kisses Lynn on the cheek, and just dashes out.
Alright. So the second he sends his movement, you see him point his hand towards you, and you just see this rail of light form next to his arm and fires off at you, much in the similar style of the spear that Reese previously used.
Okay. As the thing approaches Reeves, it basically skewers him through the head. As as the decoy he had switched himself out with collapses into a pile of like gears.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how clever. And he just scans around. If you're hiding, can you roll me a stealth check? You see him scanning around. He's like, well, we can play these games for as long as you want. Then you see him hold his hand upwards to the sky as the clouds begin to part a little bit. And you begin seeing the first signs of burning rocks raining down from the heavens. And as he does that and scans in your direction, let me roll a perception check for him. You see him just start dropping them indiscriminately around and not hitting you. And let me roll. How long would it take? So as they keep landing and kicking up dust around and just shattering nearby buildings, eventually he starts making a gesture and preparing another wave as he starts bringing one down towards you. It doesn't even look like he knows where you are. He's just dropping them district by district until he hits you. Until as he starts bringing his hand down toward you, you see one of the chains wrap around his wrist and just hold it taut backwards. As you see Nixie emerge from some of the rubble, holding him tight with that as it digs into his flesh and he starts bleeding profusely from the arm. He goes, "Oh, there you are." And turning his attention towards her and pointing the finger towards her with the other hand, you see Lynn emerge out of nowhere from behind him and just dig the dagger into his side before he spins back with a sweep of one of his blades and just barely avoids clipping both of them with the weapon, as the meteor he was trying to aim towards them just crashes somewhere off behind them in the distance. Alright, what would you like to do now that they've made contact with him? It looks like, at the moment, they are, for the most part, keeping him occupied.
Okay.
It's a stalemate now that they're close range.
Alright. Reeves is... Well, now it's a stalemate. Reeves is going to try to tip the balance in some way.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to... He is going to... he's gonna shadow tap in, fire his bolt, and get in.
Alright, roll me a hit. That makes him flat-footed?
Correct.
Just barely hits.
Okay. And then for skeleton key... Okay. So, damage... And Reeb still has his winged effect on his... Actually, I think his remaining actions to stay in the air is to keep his... is to activate his jet boots.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, as you make that swing on him, you see him take a look around at the multiple opponents around him and just kind of make a quick sweeping gesture with his hand as you see numerous energy blades starting to form around him, almost like a dispersed version of the blade barrier, as they're just flying around him at various intervals and spaces, just making it a constant death zone around him. He's like, oh, we can play this game as much as you want. We know how it's going to end up. And as he looks towards you, Reebs, he goes, let's see, how many times can you dodge this? And he forms another one of the lances.
Okay.
That's going to be a 45 to hit.
Just hits.
Alrighty. That's going to be...
Ooh.
As he just clips you with one, you just barely avoid it as it sears through your flesh.
Yeah.
Oh, not keen to take it head on this time.
Are all you magic gods? Is becoming a swarming asshole the prerequisite to be a magic god?
No, just being right. And
Sorry.
as Lynn and Nixie go in for another round at him, you just hear them both. You just hear Lynn over the mind like, "There's no point in wasting our time with this asshole. You need to get to the temple. Now that we've closed the gap, we're more than enough to keep him back."
Reebs just looks between Nixie and Lynn and just nods, and is like, all right, I'll see you on the other side of this.
Yep, give him hell.
And with that, Reebs will hit a chamber on his crossbow to release a to release a smoke bomb.
Mm-hmm.
To allow him to leave, and for Nixie and Lynn to reposition that as they will, and he'll fly away.
Yep. And then you just see the laser rave in the smoke as you leave. Alrighty. So, Tomas, as you're heading south, you hear a little pixie shows up next to you with a scroll that they just unravel in front of your face as you're moving through the streets.
Tomas will just look exhausted and grab it.
Looking over the scroll, it just is a missive from Feck. You don't know why Feck just didn't brain message you it.
Because it's Feck.
Tomas is gonna say over the brain message, Feck, why did you not just say this over the brain link?
Hmm?
The pixie in my face.
God.
Because I was busy.
Okay. what does it say?
The missive just says that Reese is no longer to the south of you. You can head towards your original destination. He's making sure to escort his champion there personally.
We got him on the phone plan for a reason, and he's not using it.
He's busy having a nice conversation with Reese, okay?
Yeah.
Tomas is gonna groan, and this pathway right here, will that fit Maya in her big cat state?
Yep.
Okay, he'll just like cat drift with Maya.
Like Maya's a freaking Palamute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, with everybody having cleared their funny little things, Lana, you're the first to make it there as you're still holding the remnants of the banner.
Yeah.
Not long behind you, maybe like 15, 30 seconds, you see Maya cat drift around the corner carrying Tomas on their back.
So, as they arrive, Lana will just kind of like pause and just kind of skid to a halt, and then she just kind of lets out a long sigh and just kind of looks at the banner, and she says over the brain message, and she just goes, "He kept his word. I've arrived."
Maya, don't hit her!
You see Maya, like, big paw ready to bap the shit out of you, Lana.
Looks like sorry, still learning how to drive my cat.
Reese sends a sigh over the brain link.
You just get a head bump. It's nearly enough to topple you because she's fucking gigantic, but... not long after that, you have... probably Mika first, arriving as the last of your winged effect burns out. Unless that's 1 minute of winged, right? Or is it 10?
Let me look. I think it is.
Major is a bit different.
Yeah, it's not. Actually, I just have it as plain winged. I don't even know if it's major. Because I got it earlier. It's not greater. It's just winged.
Once per hour, 5 minutes. Okay, yeah. They dissipate by the time you get there.
I was gonna say, do I just go bouncing off like a marble?
Nope. You feel the wings giving out and just land on the ground. Alright, Wolf, you're in a similar state. You also have normal wings as you come bumbling in. And do you have greater or normal wings, Reeves?
I took greater.
Alright. So you can kick yours on and off as much as you want.
Mhm.
As you just come in like Iron Man descending from over one of the buildings.
Rocket Man.
Alright. So, as the last of you begin heading towards... Oh god. Sorry, checking things. As the last of you make your way towards the temple, you all begin to converge, and you see a little procession of Reese walking alongside Feck with two of their guards, just heading towards you, and Feck just gives you a lazy wave as him and Reese stroll up and says,
Reese just wiggles his
"Good
fingers.
evening. You all seem to be doing well."
It's been interesting.
Indeed. Let's say we cap off the night by having a discussion with a certain individual we're all very excited to have a conversation with.
I'm for it, Reeb says as he administers a shot to himself.
Yep.
Reese like looks around at everybody. He's like, "Wow, are you guys okay? I'm kind of glad that I didn't get whisked away like the rest of you now."
Man,
All right, but
What's up, Sam?
I've never done this before, but how do I natural medicine myself?
Do you have 10 minutes?
Do I have 10 minutes?
I don't know, do you want to pause for 10 minutes?
Say, if we pause for 10 minutes, Mika will fucking patch everybody up.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared is Reese?
How what?
How prepared? How alert are you right now?
Good.
Great, because Wolf is going to try to pick you up and throw.
Reese is gonna try and kick you in the face.
Unless that wasn't in character, I'm glad I wasn't out there for combat.
No, that was totally in character.
Alright. I will roll for it.
Oh my god! I don't think I can outroll that.
That's Reeves rolling for healing.
That's really
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, bro.
So,
Is that just contested athletics?
It's athletics against your fort DC.
My fort DC. Okay. That's
All right.
10 plus my fort, right?
Yep.
My fort DC is 40, bitch!
Yeah, you gotta kick him and Reese just kicks you in the face.
Fuck, the one low roll.
Reese like looks you up and down, is like, what was that for? Rude?
Say, Mika's gonna while they're scrapping over in the corner, Mika's just gonna quietly patch up herself and everybody real quick, just like slap on some.
Yeah, Can I patch myself up?
Yeah, if you guys want to spend 10 minutes.
As they're patching up, I'll apply the ablative armor to myself.
Yep.
I've literally never done it before though, so I don't know how.
What level of nature are you?
Legendary.
Alright, you can choose to make the DC either 15, 20, 25, or 30.
I'm gonna make it 30.
Alright?
Yeah. And then I just roll nature.
Yep.
Same as me. I did the
High
same thing. I
five.
was rolling
That's a
for a
crit.
30.
Nice.
Alright.
So how many people can you heal with yours, Mika?
I think with my word treatment, I can get up to 10, actually. I can get the entire group, I think.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
So that's going to be 2d8 plus 50 for you on yourself, Tomas. Mika, if you want to heal the entire group, you can roll 2d8 plus 60.
Okay.
You said 50 for me, Matt?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
/R.
Yeah.
It's okay, same. I mean, that I wasn't that bad off, but I'll take it.
Mika was down to half, so...
Reese only got hit by the one arrow at the beginning.
Can I take some of Mika's too?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, like, everyone can have 71 from me,
Thank
so...
you. That was 7 short.
And if any NPCs are with us that need it, I think I can probably... I don't know if anyone's with us or not besides Feck.
Wait, where's Shino and Nicandros?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Reese over the mind link is like, Shino, Nicandros, are you guys alive?
Yep, busy. We're fine. We're making our way there.
Okay.
And we can say that you taking the 10 minutes was patching up and waiting for them to arrive. As you see the both of them eventually push their way through and head over towards your direction once they've broken through the front lines.
How bad do they look?
You see Shino chugging red juice as he heads towards you. And he looks fine under that, aside from the scraped clothes. And Nicandros just slaps himself on the chest and is fine. I'm not going to make you guys heal them up. Because they're showing up at the end of your arrival.
I was going to anyways because I love them.
Yeah.
As they arrive, Reeves will just make the comment, well, this is oddly nostalgic. This is the second time we've gotten together to dethrone a king.
If I
We're
had
here
a
to
goal
dethrone
for-
a god.
If I had a gold for every time. I have 2, but that's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird.
Who knows, maybe this one will be a fat, useless fuck too. Alright, we killing this
Given.
fucker.
Oh,
Yeah.
certainly.
Tomas is gonna pull 2 potions out of his bag and down both of them.
Oh,
Yeah. He's like,
not
I'm ready
healing
now.
potions, I was very confused.
No.
I
one
guess
thing-
I can take that acid resistance potion.
That was one of them, and then Tomas is like, he downs the other one and his mouth just kind of sparkles a bit as he takes a blue dragon's breath potion.
How long does Cold Iron Blanche last? I don't think I need that though. Never mind. I just have it. I've never
Cold
used
Iron
it.
Blanche is for demons.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
really killing demons anymore.
Yeah, no. I think you gave it to me at the end of the demons, and I never got to use it.
Listen, I gave everybody so much of it.
I didn't put the potion down, but can I drink that as well?
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna use both of those. Oh, it takes it out of my inventory. I don't want that.
Sure, you can put it back.
You guys just chugging.
Yeah, you have one of those acid resistance potions too, by the way. I gave you one.
I drink.
I gave one to everybody except for Shino and Nicandros because I didn't have enough.
We're just all chugging shit.
I gulped it.
Might as
And they
well.
last for an hour.
Okay. party all has acid resistance 15.
Thanks, Matt.
Tomas drank that good blue juice.
Are we continuing?
One sec. I'm gonna wrap this up in a second. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I figured this was like the end.
No,
Yeah.
that wasn't me like rushing. I was just curious if we were taking a break or finishing.
Oh, we're gonna wrap it up as soon as everybody's ready.
Yep. Matt's gonna kill all of us right now.
So, everybody good to die?
Thanos.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
Kill me, boss.
as you all squad up and get ready to head inside, you make your way into the plaza of the Triumvirate, and directly ahead of you, maybe a couple 100 feet away, you can see the Temple of Ethos radiating a warm light, almost as if enshrouded by day, even amongst this heavy storm. And silhouetted by that light, a single man stands before you. Enough of this. Did you think you could run for us forever? That your paltry gods could kill us here? This is our home, and you will learn what it means to trifle with the new gods of this world. As he raises his hand upwards, and you all see a similar flash that you've seen before. A flash of gold that reminds you of that time you tried to strike at Ethos and felt Eber drawn before you. Somebodies are being summoned.
That's a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
That's a few.
That's a lot of gods.
Tomas was just Chris, like, yo, we can
Oh.
finish our conversation now.
The edgy bitch is in there.
We're just
We'll
gonna
end
wave
this
at
petty
Valori.
rebellion here before the temple of he who you were so desperate to oppose, and leave nothing but a smear of ash left standing before it as a warning to all who might follow in your wake. As he points his hand outwards to you, his body snaps into this immaculate golden plate mail as he draws royal authority from his side. And Valori looks to you all as the runes on his body light up, and you see a couple people reach for their weapons, including Feck, who makes a quick gesture himself as he starts to cast a spell, and Valori says, "Apologies, King, but we have business with your associates." And time seems to dilate for a second as you feel a domain expand around you, and Valori's eyes light up as his entire body is aglow with words that you cannot comprehend from this distance as he says, "Grand Conjuration, Planar Convergence." As the space around and between all of you all begins to bleed and distort. The city itself seems to fade away into nothingness, and it's almost disorienting as even the slightest shift in your perspective changes the landscape around you. From burning obsidian rivers to sprawling mountaintops. So much is pulling you under the crystal clear waters as coral expands around you in every direction. Each minute shift of your head changes the landscape around you, the distance between you and those nearby you. The only thing you can make out is the words echoing about you, as you hear 5 others declare, one by one, domain expansion. And the wave of pressure hits you one by one by one. And Reese, that warmth, summery feel you felt just moments ago feels so far away now. As you realize, I don't think anybody's running from this anymore. It's you or them now. let's hope everything you guys have been through has been enough. And that's where we're gonna put a pause on things for this week.
Okay, so like everybody's good to go in another 4 hours, right?
No.
Nope. Nope.
Fact is chilling like, we got this, guys, and he's like, Valori like, no, I'm not dealing with that.
He knew. He knew. That fact would kick it there. He knew.
Kevin called.
So it's only like, it's like an 8v6, you guys got this.
I mean, of course. I mean, I'm like kind of like a one-man army. You know?
Yeah, you all got your control. You got your domains all under control and weaponized, right?
I
Yeah.
built the
that?
treehouse.
I don't even know what domains half of you fuckers have. I don't have one.
Reese has emotion.
He had them before.
I
fuck up.
grew a tiny little. Jesus Christ. I grew a
Drag
tiny
the
little
disrespect.
treehouse.
Huh?
Tomas grew a tiny little treehouse out of a seed.
Tomas's is like creation and destruction, I guess. Of
It's
matter?
technically the domain of cities. He can create, like, structures
Yeah.
and delete matter.
Tomas has that or Reese has that?
Tomas.
Tomas.
Ah,
Reese has emotions. That's it. That's all he got.
gotcha. I mean, hey, that's good. You can
just
make them
wait.
feel really, really sad. Maybe they'll fuck off.
he
Full
has that. It's
depression.
called fatal aria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To be fair, there are at least 6 of you guys that have a domain, and one of you who kind of has a domain as well. There's only one person that has nothing.
Is it Chino?
Yeah, it's Chino.
Yeah.
Aw.
Baby.
What does
Okay.
Candace have?
Ooh woo.
Tomas was gay and kind of found a little piece of domain underneath the one he has and said, "Here, babe, take this. It's the domain over home."
Yeah.
Oh.
Sinicandos is the god of hearths and homes.
Aw.
Which is adorable.
Yeah.
You made him a male wife?
Yeah.
Yes.
He is the god of male wives.
We wifed him very quickly.
It's okay, it's what he wants.
We were just like wife material.
But yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your fun little romp through the city. And all your stupid bullshit gods.
Yes.
I will remember the moment of Reese looking around and being like,
I have made an error.
yeah. Sometimes natural 20s are bad.
A natural 20 to make a bad decision isn't always the best.
It was funny as fuck though.
Uh-huh. Like, send me
Reese
away.
is just lucky that Valori's a silly boy.
Lori's about as
I wanna-
committed as Theodorus is. It's like,
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill Valor.
I guess that's on you guys next session.
I don't think I've done enough to recruit Valori. We might have to kill Valori, and I'll be sad about it.
I want. Reeves really wants to kill Valore. Reeves wants to
He kinda
kill.
likes him. He just let him walk with him.
he sent everybody to their own god. I mean, that's...
Yeah, like
I
he
think.
offered to send me to Feck.
He took a 50-50 shot with Tomas and shoved him at the corpse fucker.
Well, he shoved him. He shoved you at Keyrol.
And then the corpse fucker showed up.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I
Tomas
think
had a
Reeves.
very... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I think Reeves has personal grievances with four of these fuckers.
One of them showed up today, so I don't think it's him.
Reese has a lot of personal grievances with Eber.
I think everyone's got personal grievances with Ever.
I think there are people on the opposing team with grievances with Ever.
Yeah.
Siren, the head fuckface, has grievances with Ever.
I mean, he lit him on fire,
It's true.
basically,
It's true.
for being a fuckboy. Which is the best day of Reese's life, let's be real.
Kevin, did you appreciate the low-key dunk the fucking Herald had for Eber?
Yeah.
It's like literally all of us are just stepping stones to the future. At least I got to pick a good future.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, that was sick.
I was getting Melania vibes
So
off
did-
that arm bit. Just like,
Did the Herald like low key pass you their domain?
Yup.
Fucking Herald, sneaky bastard.
So I was very brain flood during like the 10-minute break, but Lana would have spent that 10 minutes like kind of like fussing with the banner and trying to figure out what the fuck she was supposed to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I will give you the stats for the banner
Oh boy.
at some point
Alright.
during the break, because we're gonna have a little bit of downtime, guys.
Sorry, how big is it, by the way? Like, compared to her? Like, I just want to know what she's carrying around now.
It's magical. It scales.
you have a cape.
It scales based on you. It's one of those magical artifacts you can reshape. They
Gotcha,
just chose it to
gotcha.
be a banner.
Okay. I like the idea of just the mental image that since she didn't, like, attune to it or mess with it while she was running, like, she just has, like, this fucking big-ass banner that's, like...
Like 8-foot banner, like Jesus fucking
Exactly.
Christ.
She's just kind of lugging it around, like it's a fucking greatsword.
I feel like there's something very wrong with Reese, where he was chilling there with Feck, watched everything Feck was, and was like, "Oh hey Feck, what's up?" and just didn't unfazed.
Unfazed by the fact that Feck just made angels commit seppuku because he was bored of them.
Yep.
To be
Unfazed.
fair, Feck is pretty salty right now.
I'm pretty sure he's even more salty now that he's been given the boot.
Oh.
He's probably tilted beyond belief right now and offended, which is worse.
Uh-huh.
Know the energy of like people like ladies just sitting there with the long what the hell are they called? Like the fake nails you put on, like, oh, this bitch really like this right now, huh?
Acrylics.
Okay. Yeah, they have like Beck just sitting in the void right now with acrylics on, like, oh, I come to pay them a visit, and this is the respect they show me. Cool.
Yeah,
Get my
he,
gun.
he got snubbed at the door.
Yep. On the day of his coronation. Or right about
Yeah.
to it.
Basically, like Valore held open the gold rope thing, letting everyone in, and then just closes it on Feck.
Valor's like, hey, King, I'm real fucking sorry about this. Please don't murder me.
Absolutely gonna try and murder Valore.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun little adventure fight.
Also, love the Jujutsu Kaisen vibes from these fuckers.
Yeah?
Yeah, they don't deserve him.
Oh.
Well, some of them do. Maybe like Valore.
Who doesn't deserve him?
Huh?
Who doesn't deserve who?
Oh no, I said they don't deserve the Jujutsu Kaisen vibes.
Oh.
They're not cool enough.
Most of them are pretty huge losers.
Yeah.
Tomas really enjoyed his educational conversation.
Reese kind of wants to take out that necromancer really bad, but he also wants Nara to take out that necromancer really bad. But she's not here.
Tomas, roll me a perception check to see if Tomas clicks something together that makes him even madder.
Oh, no.
In retrospect, as you're running, you realize the necromancer was probably just trying to get you to waste your time on him while your soldiers were dying around you.
Tomas is gonna kill him.
So, I found it really funny that Tomas finally found his hard counter, and it's somebody that just doesn't care. It's just like, I will not engage you in conversation. You can't win.
He's like, oh yes, my fucking nemesis god calls me a corpse fucker. How very funny of the goddess of magic. I bet she thinks she's fucking hilarious. He says as he's just watching werewolves get mauled to death by zombies.
I was like, yes, she is hilarious. You only wish you had half of her humor. But you don't get that fucking corpses.
Oh, God.
It's still very Reese that Valori walked away from him and Reese was like, okay, and just walked.
Hey, buddy, how are we doing this? And he's like, I don't know. How are you doing this?
I'm just like, I guess I'm just walking, man. I don't fucking know. And then like, Feck was like, hey, you want to ride, buddy? And Reese is like, yeah, I want to ride. And just like walked the whole way.
Reese got put in a very interesting scenario where he avoided the initial encounters he would have run into because Feck solved them by the time he contacted you.
That's the true reward for the nat 20, just being able to like just walk right through. I'm sorry, Matt. You probably had cool stuff prepared.
No,
but...
it's actually really funny. And you got to feel the energy of Valori being like, there's like a 99.99999999999% you guys just get your fucking ass blasted, but like, you do you, fam. It'd be cool if you win.
Valori just staring at Reese, who just said no to his magic, like,
He's like, hey, that's pretty baller. Also, that's probably the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You stayed in the ambush.
Reese is like,
I'm a
Hey.
genius, oh no.
So you may not have done anything to persuade Valori, which, let's be honest, it's hard to sway somebody about 15 minutes before you fight them in the final battle, but you
Yes.
did get charm points, so enjoy that.
that's all Reese cares about. He's like, I did my best. I shot my shot. I've only talked to him twice. He's neat.
God bless.
God bless.
But yes, I'm gonna put out feelers over the weekend to check when everybody's available. I don't think we are going to be able to play again until the 9th, unfortunately, if I remember all the dates correctly.
Okay.
But I'll try to get as many dates as we can before the end of the year, and we'll see how far we can get, because I am suspecting we're gonna have about 2 more sessions of combat and then the epilogue.
That scares me.
What, the fact that you're fighting these 6 dipshits and there's still 2 sessions left?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
You
Ganbate.
gotta fight Siren.
Yep.
That'll be easy peasy. He's like, what, the god of riddles or stupid bullshit? Just beat his ass, clap his
He
cheeks.
needs to die.
He also
Reese
took
is
the
gonna-
sun domain, so
Yeah.
Reese is gonna die. Reese
Just
is
fight him
absolutely-
indoors, SMH.
Reese is absolutely gonna die next session. Why? Because he can't keep his mouth shut, and he's gonna just say the nastiest shit to ever that he can. Because he's an asshole.
Right, rattling him up into a rage is, that's a valid tactic. It just depends.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Nice.
that.
it is a strat.
Oh, but yeah, I think next session will be a funny one. So I hope you all had a lot of fun in this final
did.
little stupid wrap up.
I did a lot.
And then
I-
it's good.
we'll begin the boss fights next session, which I'm so
yeah.
very excited for.
I'm sure you are.
I did thoroughly enjoy
fight?
Lana's. Thank you.
Yeah. I very much hope that you all had fun with your little individual sections. I had a lot of fun building them.
Yeah, I did.
Tomas is
It's appropriate for
Oh my
Reese's to be
God.
thrown off the rails, but it was thrown off the rails in the most fun way, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. I literally just did the will save for funsies because I was like, it'd be funny.
And it
I got
sure
that
was.
20.
Uh-huh.
Sure was. Maurice is like, huh?
Valori's like, huh, you thought that one through, huh?
Yeah. Blenders his troops.
But yeah, next session, all you guys have to do is defeat the god of war, the god of conjuration, the god of necromancy, the god of transmutation, the god of evocation, and the god of smithing. Easy peasy.
Oh, we're fine.
I was right, it was evocation, Vit.
Yeah,
He just
it's
summons
my brain.
swords.
it's my brain. That was wrong.
I'm just proud of my brain. My brain don't do that.
And fun fact, you guys avoided them having quite a few other potential people on this list.
Oh God.
Oh, good.
They could have had the city creation person.
Oh.
That's me.
We did kill them. We did not let them escape.
Which one was that?
That
The
was-
one we
that's
fought
what I
with
got.
on Badar's mission.
They
That's
were
what
a
I got my
baby
good
god.
ones from.
Mm.
They weren't somebody that was named. Somebody, they could have scooped Nixie's domains into somebody. There's also the possibility of them getting the Trickster domain if you hadn't grabbed Nixie.
Oh.
That probably would not have been great.
Nope. Was there any other ones you got in the way of? They would have had full access to... Technically, the Quartermaster only has partial access to the smithing domain and some other stuff that Ryan Drake has. He has the other half of it and has infused it into the Ember. So he only has about half of the full power he could have because of you.
Something, I guess.
Mika, how would you not like to have the Ember and he has it and gives it to all of his friends?
Yeah, no, that's definitely not nothing. I most certainly will not bitch about that. Thank you, sir.
Not nothing.
I imagine Lana convincing the Herald to turn also
Yes. Yes, the Herald also could have been here at the end, giving them all buffs.
Oof. No, considering the
So-
little tangle we had with the Herald the first time, that's a big one.
I just realized, did Badar not show up?
Hey, there's still time.
Okay.
That's true.
I was about to be offended and sad.
Badar does what he wants, man.
I know. I know he does.
But it's okay, because he's becoming a good boy.
Faster
Very
than some of
slow.
the others.
Faster. Oh.
No, Torsat's the one that's going faster. Never mind.
Torsat's going the fastest. I don't know who's going slower, him or Tala, Badar or Tala, but you know.
Probably Tala.
Yeah.
Tala wants to commit large masses, like, amounts of murder on anyone that fucks with their forest.
Tala
Tomas can
doesn't
understand
want
that.
to commit murder. Tala is perfectly fine with committing murder. There's a difference.
Oh, I see. That is a very subtle difference.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to stab a bitch, but I fucking will. Try me, is Tala's energy.
Yeah.
Alright. But, does anybody have any questions for me before we depart?
Negatory.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I've been looking forward to this for only like 2.5 years.
Hell yeah.
That's
The
not
big-
that long.
The God War.
Yes.
Just you fucking wait until the next 2 sessions. I've been so hyped for these for so long.
Oh no.
I am lucky in that I haven't gotten there just yet, thankfully.
Haha. Wee. But yeah, I'll reach out to you guys over the weekend. If anything comes to mind before the next session, let me know. Otherwise, I will reach out to you all as appropriate and see you in a few weeks.
Sounds good.
Goodbye.
My players, I look
Lovely.
forward to tormenting you the next 2 weeks.
Boy.
What do you-
Enjoy your turn.
Wee.